أحاطت بي وباسم الرب قهرتها. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
معونتي من عند الرب صانع السماء والأرض. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
باركي يا نفسي الرب ولا تنسي حسناته. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
هيأت أمامي مائدة تجاه من يحزنني. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
كأس الخلاص أقبل وباسم الرب أدعو. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
دهنت رأسي بالطيب وكأسك تسكرني. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
بماذا أكافئ الرب عن كل ما أعطاني. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
الرب معيني فلا أخاف. ما يصنع بي الإنسان. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
كريم بين يدي الرب موت أبراري. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
نبذت بك في الأسحار لأنك صرت لي عونا. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته.
Hallelujah. Hello, everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope my voice is coming good and clear. Actually, I found that playing, some songs and words from the Old Testament, it's helping us to clean our soul. At the same time, there's many bugs in the chat. As an example, there's a guy, there's many of them. they change their names, but they are mostly one person. Like there's a guy, he come and he says, actually his name is Come, just to show you how evil people and how they try to divide us. This creature, he said, Fids come fracture, whatever his name. Christian Prince, if you are asking why low number, that's because Rob Christian is still alive. The same person, he will come back with different name, and he call himself George, and he say Rob Christian is an evil man. So this, there's a lot of scumbags here. First of all, we support all our brothers and sisters, whoever fight Islam. And me, myself, in fact, never been affected by anyone going live. So you are just a scumbag. If you hate a person, don't try to try your agenda here between us, like divide and conquer. This is why, actually, I wanted to mention, like they come with different names. Sometimes they call themselves Tony, sometimes they call themselves George, sometimes they call themselves Lulu, Bulu, There's a lot of filthy, satanic people between the bushes. So you have always to be careful and not to allow those people to play with your mind and to divide you. For me, it doesn't matter how many people goes live on air. The second I go live, I will have 1,000. Easy. Same time, it doesn't matter really. Even if I have 10 people listening to me, better than having 1,000, they are snoring. The numbers is not really what we care for. We care about how many people knows the truth and how many people will share the truth. In life, there is people who they are effective and they have an impact. And there is people, they are just numbers. So if there is 10 people who listen to me, but they are effective, they are better than having 10,000 people, they are useless. Let us make it another way. There is 10 people make babies and there's 10,000 people never had one. Just to make it simple for you. It doesn't matter. We are not talking about Robo Christian now. We are talking about how those filthy ones, they try to divide us. And we have to be careful, And you are the same person come back to talk about Rob Christian again. So they change their names, Obviously, like they go to those channels. He got blocked or banned, or even maybe he's a Muslim. And they come here to try their luck. Maybe we can, get jealous or fight each other. We know the game. Now we go to our topic. Today I made a video, in case you heard it, inviting some of the Israeli official to join me. Actually, I received already a message. I cannot share it with you on air. It's a kind of a private. But they received my message and they really appreciate it. The only issue is that they don't want to make the official involved in a channel which is exposing Islam as a religion. Their official, they work in certain direction, and they don't want to be involved in, like, they don't want to make it like we are fighting Islam, we are just fighting Hamas. And I understand. But for me, I find all is the same. But we understand that this is the government, and government, they have their own rules and their reasoning. But they appreciate very much what I do, and I hope in the future we will be able to do something together. Before we continue, we have some comments made by some false Christians. We don't know really who is the Christian, who is not in this. It's your internet. Anyone can pose like anyone. You can pose as a belly dancer, even though you might be a big dude. Here you will see someone. His name is Wilford 660, saying the following: there's a big difference between whether to support Israel as a Christian or to pray for Israel. And here, by the way, you see the scumbags method. They don't want you to support Israel. They want you to pray for Israel. It's obviously, it hurt them to support Israel. They want you only to stay, like, even pray like in your private, don't even do anything, because that's it. We pray to Israel, that's it. Everything is fine, Yeah. So you will notice here that the whole message here is about what? Look what he said. Who is Israel? Who are the Israeli you are trying to support? The ones who they think you are a dog and a slave? Here you see how filthy this scumbag is. In Israel, there is a, the Supreme Court. You know the Supreme Court? I think the Supreme Court have 4 or 5 members. One of them is a Christian out of 5. In the Israeli army, there is many high-rank officers. They are Christians. In Israel, you can go and preach the gospel and convert Jews to Christianity. This coward, he claimed that the people, they think of us, we are dogs and slaves. Well, you know what? I like this idea. What about the Muslims? They think about it this way, and they make us official in the Supreme Court, and ministers too. In the same time, official in high rank in the government. In the same time, we can preach our gospel in the street and convert Muslims into Christianity. And then they think about us as slaves, no problem. Do you see that coward? Do you see those filthy coward liars? They want you to hate Israel. Divide and conquer. Now, if you ask yourself, who is the one really who think about us as dogs? Isn't it the Muslim? They keep saying, they call us dogs, they call us pigs, they call us monkeys, they call us najis, they call us filthy, they call us kuffar, they torture us, they kidnap our women, they rape our women. And this coward, he is worried about the Israeli. Think about us as dogs. When the last time we heard the Israeli army kidnapping Christian women and raping her? When the last time? You know, there is bad people everywhere, and there is many Christians that discriminate Jews too. This is true. And we have many examples through history about Christians discriminating the Jews. So the hypocrisy of those people is just to disturb you from the truth that Israel is the land of the Israeli. And the one who's attacking them is the Mohammedan. In fact, me myself, I'm so angry from the Israeli. They are so peaceful to the point of stupidity. You know what stupidity is? Stupidity. I consider the whole cabinet of the government of Israel a bunch of fools. They are so friendly. And they think if they give more land, they will ever have peace. Well, because they are a piece of stupidity. They don't know that this war have nothing to do with land. This is not about land. This is about you being a Jew, being a Christian, and they are Muslims. This is the truth which nobody want to say. You see, this land never had a king. This land never had any ruler from the so-called Palestinians. Never. When the last time there was a government is called Palestinian government? I'm not talking about now, just now, like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 500 years ago, 600 years ago. Where are they? Never. The Mohammedan, they have no problem if Erdogan become a caliphate. He's a Turkish. And Turkish people did a lot of evil things to the Arab. They raped their women, they kidnapped them, they got their trees, they stole their wealth, they kidnapped their children, they used them as sex slaves, and still, just because the Ottoman are Muslims, everybody is mute. The Albanian, they rule over Egypt. In fact, Egypt have for more than 1,000 years, not a single Egyptian ruler. More than 1,000 years. Zero Egyptian ruler. The rulers are not even African. They are European. They are blonde and white. And nobody complain. Why? Because they are Muslims. So what happened here? When Saddam Hussein, he used chemical weapon killing the Kurdish, nobody complained. Well, Saddam Hussein is a Muslim, killing Muslims, what's the problem? When Erdogan, he bombed the Kurdish every day and kills thousands of Kurdish women, children, rape, kidnapping, taking over cities, as many cities they are conquered by Erdogan and his filthy terrorist army, and he kicked the Kurdish and the Christians out of their land. Nobody complained. And then they give you speeches. Erdogan himself, he give you speeches about Israel. And those white hippie, stupid hippie American, they go in New York and they are walking in the funeral of the children of Gaza. You know, you notice they don't go in the funeral of the children of the Jews. Look like the Jews' children, it's okay to kill them, you know. So this coward, he is saying here, you are defending who? Those who think you are dog and a slave? If we go right now to Google and check how many Christians in Israel, we will find there's a lot of Christians. Huge number. Even in the army. So let us say this guy is trying to say, don't defend the Jews. What about the Christians? Should we defend them too? You are a coward and you are a fraud and you are a Muslim. And then he says, you work your butt to make money, and at the end of the year, your taxpayer money automatically flow to Israel. How come you don't complain about the money we give even to Saudi Arabia? How come you don't complain about the billions of dollars we give to Erdogan every year? To Bosnia, to Albania, to Jordan. Do you know that the salary of Jordan is paid by us? Do you know Jordan have free equipment from America? They never bought one. Do you know how much money we give every year to Egypt? A massive country of 100 million citizens. We feed them. How come you don't complain about all the money go to Muslim countries? Even Saudi Arabia receive assistance. In case you do not know, even China. So the only problem for you is the money go to Israel? Do you see the whole point? The whole point is how we make you hate Israel. Are you getting the message? He is not complaining about all the money America gives to the enemies of Israel, to the Muslims. America spent trillions of dollars in Afghanistan building schools for them, universities, airports, streets. Nobody complained. What those people want? Those people, they are Antichrist people, and they come with different names. They are Mohammedans. They hate Christianity. They hate Jesus, and they hate Israel. And look what he said here. But to say, if you were an Israeli, would you like to wipe out entire Gaza? Is that what Christ taught us to be? A killers? So here you notice this scumbag son of Muta, whose mother, she opened her legs in the bar, and she used to use her vagina to open beer to everybody, is telling you what you should do and what you should be. So we should let Hamas come, kidnap our children, rape our women, burn people alive, take many with them as hostages, and now they are raping them. And we should not be killers. You cannot go and kill them. It's haram. They can come and kill us. Jesus did not tell us you can protect yourself. Jesus says if somebody want to rape you, let him rape you. Actually, Jesus says if somebody rape your right cheek, let him rape the other one. You son of Muta, you coward, you filthy, you scumbag. Jesus never said what you are saying. In fact, Jesus ordered us to kill the wicked men. That is the truth. Isn't it Jesus says the one who don't have a sword, go and buy one? Even if you have to sell your clothing. So what the sword for? To make shish kebab with it? Is Jesus asking us to be killer? Yes, we will be killers. Why not? Who is going to kill the wicked men? Isn't it in the Old Testament and the New Testament? Isn't it Jesus says the one who live by the sword shall die, which means this is justice? You filthy coward. So you are now making the responsible for the crimes of Hamas is the Jews. So the Jews, they have no right to go to Gaza, which is their land, by the way, and they should not give it to those people. If there is anyone here agree that Jesus will not approve you to be a killer, so why we have police and why we have court and why we execute rapists? For sure, not all countries, but good countries, they execute criminals. Does that make you a killer? How many verses in the Old Testament and in the New Testament about the wicked ones that we should fight them? In fact, the whole idea and believing in Christ is about war. All the idea of Christ is about war. War with the wicked. War with evil. The war sometimes have to be by the sword, sometimes have to be by the word. If the enemy using words, we use words. If the enemy using swords, we use sword. If the Israeli don't have an army, can you imagine what will happen to those people there? In 2 minutes, they will be raped and slaughtered, all of them. It's the truth. The only thing preventing, what is preventing Muslims from taking over America? The sword. What is preventing Erdogan from taking over Europe? The Ottoman, they always express their desire as a criminals to enslave the Slavic girls, to take their wheat. You know, I heard a story from a Slavic man. He said the reason we have very greasy food like pork. Do you know why? I said no. He said because when the filthy Ottoman, they attack us, they steal all the food, chicken, sheep, cows, and because they are Muslim, they leave pigs. So nothing for us left to eat except pigs. And then by time, the farmers, they stop growing anything because the filthy Muslims, they will steal it. They grow only pigs. The Muslims come to their land, they find no chicken, they find no sheep, they find no cows. They are thieves like Muhammad. So by time, they have no choice except to eat pork. Because the filthy Muhammad and his dogs, they come to your house and they steal every food you have. So if you are living between the dogs of Hamas, you better grow pigs. They will not come there. If you have a chicken, they will steal it. If you have a cow, they will steal it. It is history, and we are not making things up. So this guy asking you, what? Jesus wants you to be a killer? Yes, you coward. In fact, Jesus encouraged me to kill. Isn't it the Bible says, peace for those who love peace and no peace for the wicked men? Is that the Bible or this is the book of Mickey Mouse? No peace for the wicked one. What does that mean? War. That is our book. They claim that they knew the book But in fact, those satanic Mohammedan, they kill you, they rape you, they take your women, and then they ask you, remember, hey, listen, you cannot go in war with us. Jesus, he said, love your enemy. No, 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 no. Jesus did not say, love your one who rape you. The enemy here is not about somebody want to rape your wife. It's about here somebody don't want to listen to you and accept the truth about the Messiah. Our Lord is not a wicked Lord. He never command us to love the rapists, the child molesters. This is why actually the Bible says clear words about them. They are people of hell. We cannot love people of hell. We are not allowed. In the same time, we've been commanded in tons of verses in the Bible to go for war. War is a must with the wicked. Who is going to stop the wicked one? Santa Claus? There's no choice. If we go in the Bible right now and see what the Bible says, and by the way, the God of the Old Testament is the same God of the New Testament, so we can say Jesus is talking. Is that our God talking? Or this is someone else? Would Jesus want us to be killers? Yes. We have to kill the wicked ones. We have to punish and bring justice, not revenge. We have to protect the weak. The Messiah never was a coward, and not only that, in case you do not know, the Messiah, he spoke about himself when he come in the day of judgment. He will say to his angels, bring them in front of me and slay them. Bring them and slay them. Oh, Jesus himself here is a killer. Or isn't it the God himself, he wiped the earth with a flood? Who is this God talking here? Is that the God of the Christians or the God of the Hindus? When you go to battlefield against your enemy, God said, I will go with you, don't be afraid. I will fight with you. You will be victorious.
Deuteronomy 20. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be, when you are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save.
A Muslim, he called my Messiah a coward, so I have to respond, sorry. Your prophet is a son of a whore. His mother is a whore. She gave birth to him 4 years after his birth. Are you happy now? Don't ever dare to insult my Lord. I whip the floor with your prophet face, and then I clean my ass with his nose, for it fit perfectly in that hole. Muslims, never insult Jesus in my presence. I am the crusader. Don't even dare. We are the one who conquer you. We are the one who wipe the floor with you. We are the one who step on the grave of Salah ad-Din and make an example of him. We are the one who got your Saddam Hussein in a hole. We are the one who killed Al-Qaddafi. We are the one who chase your rats, ISIS, everywhere, and you hide like rats. Should I remind you? 2,000 of us, they control Afghanistan for 20 years. 2,000, not 20,000, you coward son of Muta. 2,000 Marines, Christians. All your Taliban was in the run. And then when we're going to leave, suddenly you became a hero. Oh, they are running. We told you 4 years before we leave, we are leaving. Never insult Jesus again, you coward. Otherwise, you will hear the same symphony again from a Christian prince. So don't insult Jesus here. If you don't want to hear, what will happen to the nose of your prophet? Yuck. We continue, excuse me. So what the Lord of the Bible says? Continue, please. Coward.
Deuteronomy 20. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be, when you are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you.
Absolutely.
And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house, and hath not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard, and hath not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. And what man is there that hath betrothed a wife, and hath not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go, and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace, and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. But the women, and the little ones, and the cattle, and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Thus.
Here I want to stop a little bit. Did you see what the Bible says? This is exactly what the government of Israel did. They told Hamas, they told Gaza to surrender. Give us our captives. Give us our men and children and women. And surrender. If they respond for the offer of peace, we go for peace. They refuse. The Mohammedan, they come and they invade people in their bedrooms. Women and children. You see, if the Muslim cowards, they invade the Israeli army, me, myself, I cannot complain. I cannot. Fighters fighting fighters. Fair and square. But those cowards, the sons of Muhammad, sons of Muta, sons of whores, sons of hookers, they did not attack army. They attack women and children. It is the truth, which everybody try to ignore. They remember when the Israeli are shooting, they don't remember 3 weeks before. When those so-called Palestinian, you know, they say civilians in Gaza. What civilians? I mean, we saw the civilian beating a dead woman in the street. Imagine, those are civilians. Taking off her panty. What civilians? We saw women dancing in the street and giving baklava. We saw the civilians stealing, even kidnapping a 28 seat. A bunch of looters. They come to your house. They take you from there. You know, I saw a video how they tie up a man and his child together and they set them in fire. They set them on fire. One Jewish woman, she was raped by at least 13 members of the Dogs of Allah. And they have a camera. They are recording their crimes. And they were switching the women like a ball, raping her one after one. And not only that, one of them, while he is raping her, he started cutting her breast by the knife. Alive. She's alive. He is raping her, holding her in the table, and now he is cutting her breast with his knife, enjoying it. The last one, because the woman died from bleeding, he raped her when she is dead. Those are the ones, those cowards, they say to us, are you doomed to be a killer? You want to go and be a killer? Is that what Jesus says to you? Yes. We will be killers for those dogs. In fact, a Christian man who don't kill such dogs, he is no Christian. He is not even a man. In fact, he is a partner of a crime. If he was there, he did not do anything about it. This is the religion of dogs. It's not a religion for a human. Humans don't do that. They don't. You know what? Even pigs don't do that. So those who come to you and they play that they are the good Christians, they are Muslims. Or what they are trying to do is trying to make you believe that we should not support Israel, because Israel alone is an easy target. If the Christians, they stand up with Israel, well, we kill the Jews today and we kill the Christians tomorrow. You know, when I was in the Middle East, I heard something I could not understand. I was a kid. Those Muslims, they keep saying Saturday first and Sunday next. I remember once a Muslim teacher, he's teaching Islamic religion class. He said, remember, Saturday first and Sunday next. I did not understand the word. What does that mean? I mean, why he didn't say Friday first and Saturday? And what does that mean? And then I learned that what they meant by this statement, that first we kill every single Jew, and then we start killing the Christians. That is the truth. So those people, they don't want you to fight against Hamas. So Hamas can continue. In fact, there is not such a thing. It's called Hamas. All the Muslims in the world, they are Hamas. And you know it. Every single Muslim in Pakistan is Hamas. And you know it. And they praise them. Every single Muslim in Saudi Arabia is Hamas. Emirat, Bahrain, Qatar, oh, don't mention Qatar. the head of the snake. Somebody saying to me, all is Hamas? Come on, better off. You idiot. Well, isn't all of them believe in what Muhammad said? And isn't it Muhammad says, kill all the Jews in the world? What? All are Hamas. Yes, all are Hamas. Who is the one who says, kill all the Jews? Don't every Muslim believe in what Muhammad command is? Don't you know that? Why Hamas they want to kill the Jews? Because Muhammad says so. If Muhammad says never touch a Jew, they will never touch a Jew. As simple as that. The stupid ones of us don't want to see the truth. That even the one who claim, like, you know, there is some, they give you a smile, Islam brother, we know, we preach peace, we don't agree with ISIS. Those are liars. What do you mean don't agree with ISIS? This is the Quran. That's what Muhammad said. Muhammad, he said, that time will come and you will fight with the Jews. And then the Jews, they try to hide behind a rock or a tree. And then the rock and the tree will say, oh, listen, hey, Muslims, behind me there is a Jew, come and kill him. There is a Jew behind me, kill him. Even the rocks will be part of the genocide. Even the trees. Except one tree, according to Muhammad, is called the tree of Zaqqum. Read it. Those people don't want to see, don't want to read. They want to be blind. They want to be stupid. They don't want to listen. Oh, not all the Muslims. Come on, this is too much. Yeah, so why you call them Muslims? Muslims is the one who received command from the scumbag Muhammad. A person don't receive command from Muhammad is not a Muslim. The Messenger of Allah said, the last hour will not come until the Muslim fight against the Jews, until a Jew will hide himself behind a stone or a tree. And the stone or the tree will say, oh, Muslim, there is a Jew behind me. Come and kill him. Except one tree, as you see here. So, is it true that every Muslim is Hamas and ISIS and Al-Qaeda? This is Islam. This is Islam. Why people don't want to see? Why people they want to go blind when they want? Why people they choose to be politically correct and nobody want to say the truth? Just yesterday, I heard the news about hundreds of Christians in Nigeria being slaughtered. By the way, have you ever heard anybody speaking about those Nigerian Christians? Oh, no, they are just black Christians. You can kill them. Did you hear the hippies in New York speaking against kidnapping Christian girls by hundreds in Nigeria, raping them? No, who care? Those first are Christians, secondly, they are black. I mean, why want to mention even what happened to black people? Who care? You know, do you remember when Saddam Hussein, he invaded Kuwait? Maybe many of you, me myself, I was very young, actually, like a kid. When Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, the whole world came to help Kuwait, brother. America, George Bush, bring the Great Britain, France, everybody. In the same time, there is a war happening in Africa between two tribes, Tutsi and Hutsi, something like that. And tens of thousands, 100 millions killed and raped and tortured and lost their houses. Not a single army in the world sent a soldier. Why? Well, they are black African poor people but Kuwait, they have oil, a lot of money, the honey. The whole world come to support Kuwait. When Kuwait actually, all the country is not even in the size of my family. The whole world come for Kuwait to rescue Kuwait. But the poor African, they die. They got burned alive. They got raped. I mean, it's the biggest disaster you can imagine, but nobody speak about them. Who care? What about Erdogan? Just yesterday, he started bombing some villages in Kurdistan, killing many Kurdish women and children. Are they going to do any strike in New York? Free Kurdistan? No. So here we need to ask ourselves, who is behind this movement? Who is behind moving this a huge amount of money and energy? Who is sponsoring it? You see, nothing worked from nothing. All those strikes, all those organized things, all those signs, somebody have to pay for it. It's not for free. Those people in New York, they will not go in the street for free. We know who they are. They will not give a single moment of their time for free. Who is sponsoring all of this? How many times we heard that the Jews, they control the media? Are you still convinced that the Jews control the media? Seriously. Are you? Always we heard that the Jews control everything. It turned to be the Jews control nothing. It turned to be there's even Jews who hate the Jews. You know, maybe many of you do not know. In the time of Hitler, when Hitler was killing the Jews, do you know there's a lot of Jews they used to help Hitler to kill the Jews? I'm serious. There was Jews, they take money to tell the Gestapo where the Jews are hiding. There's an organization, it's called the Voice of Peace, I think. And all of them, they are Jews, and they hate Israel to death. Those are the one who betrayed the Jews in the time of Hitler. Money. They worship dollar. They don't care for their ancestors. And always there is people who betray Jesus too. And they are Christians. Money. They worship the dollar. And the Muslim today, they have a lot of dollars. A lot of it. In fact, the Muslims are buying all kinds of activities in Europe and in the West. Stadium, football teams, players. Cristo, what is his name? This is comeback. Cristo from Argentina. I don't know where he's from. Cristo, no, from Portugal. Macy's. I mean, all the scumbag of the world. Money. They are buying everything. So now they have a huge influence on the West. And there's a lot of businessmen in the West. They are partner heavily with Muslims' money. So they are doing their best to use their investment to conquer. They could not conquer the West by war, but we can conquer the West by the corrupt ones. And then we find that Joe Biden is quoting the filthy Mohammed. And by the way, He hippies. Joe Biden, he support Israel. Why is that? No, he don't support Israel. That's a lie. Joe Biden never ever support Israel. He hate Israel. But Joe Biden, he have no choice because the majority on America still they support Israel. Those who you see the street, they are nobody. The majority of the American, they still support Israel. This is why Joe Biden, he have no choice. This is why Obama, when he was a president, in the last year, Obama, he signed the biggest aid to Israel in history. Go check it out. The biggest aid ever. But this is Obama, the right hand of Iran. He's a Shia. He is Iranian. Not Iranian by citizenship, but he is a Shia, a big supporter of Iran. He wanted Iran to have nukes. He could not resist that the majority in America, they support Israel. So Obama is no different from Biden, and Biden no different from Obama, and all of them, they hate Israel. But because they knew that the crowd will never let Israel go down, so they have to make it look like we love Israel. But in reality, they don't. Going back to the comment of this idiot, liar, who he claimed to be Christian, who is asking you, do you want to be a killer? I say, yes, I want to be a killer. I have no problem to kill Hamas. It's an honor. Why I will not be killing, as a Christian, someone who rape babies and kill women and torture? Why I will not join the Israeli forces against people who want to kill us all, including the Jews and the Christians and the Hindus and the Buddhists and the atheists? I mean, name one for me, he's going to be safe from their hand. 80 million in Hindus being killed in India by Muslims. 80 millions, not 8 millions. 80 million by now, they should be like 2 billions or maybe more, actually way more. Imagine, after 70, 80 years, the 80 million will make, well, maybe 4 or 5 billions. You can say they killed the whole population of India. What happened to the Buddhists and the Hindus in Afghanistan? Why there is 0 of them? Genocide. What happened to the Hindus in Pakistan? What happened to the Christians in Pakistan? Why Muslims, they speak too much about human rights in Israel, but they never had a human right to anybody in their country? What the Muslim they will do to someone from those LGBT, they are striking free Palestine. What if we send those LGBT into Pakistan and they make a strike in the street? I want to see the reaction of the Pakistani. They speak too much about a human right, but they don't treat anyone like a human, and they don't believe in it. And this coward here is saying to you, what do you want to be? Jesus, he told you to be a killer? Yes. A killer is different from a murderer. They are the murderer. And there's no problem with killing murderer. And you are a fraud. Remember that Jesus himself told those hypocrites, call themselves Jews, your house left the salute, until they recognize the true Messiah. And here suddenly this guy, he want to tell you, though they don't recognize the Messiah, we should kill them. We should support Hamas. Do Hamas recognize the Messiah? Muhammad, he said that Allah gave him the mother of Jesus to F her. Do you see the evil message he is trying to deliver to you? And who said to you that Israel don't recognize the Messiah? Don't you know there's a lot of Christians between the Israel? In fact, the majority of the Israeli are already Christians. This is why there's only 20 million, less than 20 million Jews in the world. Why? Because the majority of them, they are already Christians. The majority of the Jews already, they worship the Messiah. And there's hundreds of thousands inside Israel worship the Messiah. How come you remember those who don't worship the Messiah, but you don't remember the one who worship the Messiah? Do you know why? Because you are a scumbag. And now he's asking you to wake up and smell coffee with Abdul. Yeah, we smell coffee with Abdul in the top of a Jewish woman. Her legs was open and she was being raped. Another point, when Jesus Christ was with his disciple, Mary, the mother of God, was at the door, searching for her lost son. One of them, they whispered Jesus to go and answer to his family. What Jesus say to them? My family is the one who listened to every word come out from God. He turned and he told them, you are my family, my brother. By the way, you are quoting the verses wrong. You are stupid. Same time, you stupid idiot son of Muta. Those who he said they are my brothers, they are Jews. Just to show you how this has come back, trying to fool you. Who are they? Those who they are my brothers, those are Jews. None of them was not a Jew. Do you understand, guys? Those who Jesus says, those are my brothers, he was talking about Jews. None of them is not a Jew. Same time, if all the Jews refuse to believe in Jesus, isn't Jesus on the cross, he said, forgive them, Father, they do not know what they are doing? Hey people, did Jesus say that? I mean, the Jews, let us use the word bad, huh? The word bad. The bad Jews, they just killed Jesus. They just crucified Jesus. They just put nails in the hands of Jesus, and yet Jesus, he loved them. That is Jesus. How come you don't remember how much Jesus, he loved the Jews? To the point, even when he is on the cross with massive pain, he is not worried about his pain. He spoke to the Father, asking him not to send his anger on them, ask him not to destroy them, saying, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know how much I love them. How come you don't remember that, you coward? So are those Israeli wars to shed your blood for them? Yes. Absolutely. Isn't it Jesus, you coward, you son of Muta, he shed his blood for them? Isn't it? Do you see how coward, filthy they are? This guy is a Muslim, trying to convince you that he is a Christian, speaking for Jesus, so you hate the Jews. But all of us, we knew that Jesus, he shed his blood. As a beginning, from the beginning, he came, he said, I came to my people and my people rejected me. Who is his people? The Jews. Do you see how they try to deceive you? Do you see how they try to implement hatred inside your heart against Israel? Brothers and sisters, supposedly I'm an Arab. This is what supposedly I am. Isn't it weird that I'm saying to you that the one who hates Israel, he is no Christian? Shouldn't be I am the one who says to you we should hate Israel? It should be the opposite. But be deceived not. Jesus, he told us the opposite. We cannot hate Israel. We cannot hate Every word of God. In fact, every single word of God given to us is coming from the Jews. Who is Paul? Who is John? Who is all the disciples of Jesus? Who is Mary? Who is Joseph? Who is Isaiah? Who is Ezekiel? Who is David? Who is, I mean, every name you speak of every day in your church is the name of a Jew. What those people want from us? They want us to leave the Jews to die. And then they will kill you next. Saturday first, Sunday second. Who of you dare to hate the Jews? Isn't it the Bible says, whoever curse you, he will be cursed? Can somebody post for us some verses? And I would love to see people after we finish giving us some verses about why we're supposed to support Israel from God himself. There's tons of them. And don't worry about when the Jews are lost. God himself, he punished the Jews too. And he punished us too. And he punished every nation when they are lost too. Don't play the guy who knows justice. And you are the one who is the ethical and the Jews are not. You have zero ethic, and that's why you are trying to misquote the Bible. This guy talking about peace, but he forgot that the peace we don't have is because of Muslims, not because of the Jews. When the last time the Jews, they invade any country? When the last time the Jews invade Syria or Egypt or Iraq or Turkey or anywhere? When? You see the coward? When the fact is the opposite. Each time Israel says, listen, we want to just live in, we are from here. I mean, Jesus born here. David is here. The grave of Abraham is here. Please let us live in peace. They will not. They will not let them live in peace. It was the Muslims who launched the first war. At that time, the Israelis don't even have weapon. They don't even have an army. And yet they lost. Second time they attack again. They brought army from everywhere, even from Afghanistan. Imagine the scumbag, the king of Jordan, he asked Pakistan to send airplane pilots to join the attack on Israel from Pakistan. Do you see how much love? What Pakistan have to do with this? Oh, it's okay to bring fighters from Afghanistan, from Pakistan, from Talistan, from Somalia, from everywhere. But Israeli, by the way, they cannot come from Europe. Those are not the true Israeli. That's what they say. People coming from around the world to take the land of the Jews, it's okay. But the Israeli coming from around the world to go back to their land, they are coming back to their land. They've been scattered because they've been kicked out of their land. And the funny, and the glory to God, each time the dogs of Muhammad, they attack Israel, what happened to them? Their nose in the mud. Their nose what? In the mud. You know, I saw a documentary about Israel war with the Arab. And there is like information I never heard of before when I saw it first time. The Israeli army have no airplanes at that time. Zero airplanes. Four American volunteer. They own private, small, tiny airplanes. Old. Hardly they can fly. And they decide to cross the ocean and come to Israel to support Israel. 4 airplanes only. 2 of them, they stopped working after 2 days. What is left? 2 airplanes. A massive Islamic army coming from everywhere. And they lost. I say to you, it is a miracle of God. I say to you that that war is nothing but a miracle. We cannot compare the size of population, the size of army, even the weapon. Yet the Mohammedan army defeated and they lost a massive, massive land. Do you know why? Because the God of Israel was with them. And each time they attack, they lose, and their nose wiped with the floor, with the mud. And then they play victims again. They attack, they lose, they cry. And then they say, see the Jews they are doing to us. When in reality, the Jews never attack them, never. If the Jews they want, they can take Syria, just Syria next to them, the whole country, in a few days. The reason actually, you know, they speak about genocide. They speak about genocide. How in the world the Israelis are doing genocide and the total people who they are killed supposedly is 20,000? Is that what genocide is about? When you say genocide, you coward liar. We talk about killing everybody. And I say to you, Israel is capable to do so. Very easy. But they are not. When you Muslims, you claim that 20,000 killed, and you claim that from every 2, there's 1 is Hamas. Well, where is the genocide then? Hamas is hiding between civilians. If the Israeli want to do genocide, they will kill you all in 2 minutes. They will not risk their soldiers, and they will not suffer more. They do not need to send an army. Just do carpet bombing, kill everybody, and finish it. What genocide? A bunch of liars. Genocide is the one done by Muslims to the Jews and the Christians. Where is the Jews in Iraq? There was Jews in Iraq, there's 0. What happened to the Jews in Syria? Where is the Jews in Saudi Arabia? Muhammad killed everybody. If we search right now, for synagogue in Saudi Arabia, well, there is a synagogue, but there is no Jews. What happened? Well, we killed them. We killed them. We killed every single Jew. And the synagogue in Saudi Arabia are just a history. There's no Jews left. We have just a piece of land and some rocks where the synagogue was built in Saudi Arabia. Same. Even in Emirat, even in Bahrain, even in Qatar, they used to have Jews. What happened to them? We killed them. We killed them all. Have you ever heard of genocide in Gaza? And Gaza used to have 70,000 20, 30 years ago. and now they are, or 50 years ago, and now they are 2 millions? What kind of genocide is that? So, on the other hand, we have 0 Jews in Iraq. We have 0 Jews in Syria. But this is not genocide. Where did they go? What happened to them? Who killed them? How come the Jews disappear in number and the Muslims increase in number if the Jews are doing genocide? Where are the Jews? What you did to them? Can you tell the people what you did to the Jews? Can we let numbers talk? No, you cannot. We kill them, we torture them, we kidnap them, we kick them out, we take their houses, we take their lands, and we claim that they are not exist. Who is the one doing genocide? The city of Muhammad, where Muhammad he was buried, this dog Muhammad, this is a Jewish city. The whole city is a Jewish city. There's 0 Jews in the city. There's 0 Jews in the whole Saudi Arabia. And not to mention 0 Christians too. And then they talk about genocide. It's funny that the genocide work only as those trashy people in the West want. Like, you know, the Jews doing genocide to so-called Arab, but the Arab increase by millions. And the Jews decrease. And they become 0. I mean, do you see how awkward, how stupid those people in the West, especially those hippies? They treated the Jews like dogs. You know dogs? I heard a story about the Jews in Syria as an example. Every morning, a Jew, he have to go to the police station to sign in person that he is there. Every morning. Before the Jew, he go to work. And do you know why they allow the Jews to leave Syria? The government, they get a lot of money in return. The government was collapsing. They needed money. They said, okay, listen, we will let them free, which means they are captured. Literally, they are captured. We will let them free if you pay us. My friend, don't listen to me. Go check history. Jack saying, CP, read 1 Peter 3:9. Do you think that God cannot control the evil? We are not allowed to kill, only pray. Hey, Jack, get out of here. You are a stupid idiot and you do not know how to read the Bible. First of all, you idiot. Isn't it Peter himself, he have a sword? Isn't it Jesus says, the one who don't have a sword, go on by one? Get out of here. When Jesus says to Peter, put your sword down, but Jesus, why he told Peter to buy a sword? Peter, he used his sword in the wrong time, in the wrong location. This is why Jesus said, the one who live by the sword, die by the sword. That is justice, which means if you kill, you will be killed. So Jesus saying, kill the one who kill. And that goes to Peter too. The one is coming to arrest Jesus was the police. Why you want to attack the police? They are just doing order. So those cowards, they say we are not allowed to kill. That's false. the whole Bible encouraging you to kill the wicked ones. The Bible is not only the New Testament, the Bible is the Old Testament and the New Testament. And it is the God of Peter who commanded Peter to buy a sword. If we are not supposed to use the sword, so why Jesus command Peter to buy one? To clean his teeth with it? We are not allowed to be murderer, but we are commanded to fight the wicked and to kill the wicked. Otherwise, we are promoting wickedness. Don't we believe as a Christian that we should have a court and judge and police? Don't we believe that a man who kills should be killed? Yes, we do. And we practice that through history. So we were not Christians then? This coward who says to you we are not allowed to kill. If a man he attack his house right now and he jump in the top of his wife and he grab his penis and he put it in his wife's vagina in the front of his face, what do you think he will do? He will say Jesus says to us don't kill? Coward liar. Coward liar. Hypocrite. Oh, please, we are Christians. We are not allowed to kill. Please go ahead. There's my daughter there. You like to rape my daughter too? I assure you this potato will kill you just for stealing his iPhone. He will rip you apart if you take $5 from his pocket. And now he is scoring us about who we kill, who we cannot. Well, that means we should not be part of any police or army or anything. We are not allowed to kill. What is this religion is coming from? This does not exist. The God of the Bible, which is Jesus, he commanded the Israeli to kill every one of their enemies, even their donkeys. Who are you, you idiot? Or you read what you want and you ignore what you want? You know, if there is a verse in the Bible says there is time for peace and time for war, somebody can help me where we can find that verse. My memory is not working. Where in the Bible it says there is time for peace and there is time for war? Anyone can help me? Where in the Bible it says, kill them, punish them? Where in the Bible it says, kill even their animals? It looks like the God of the Bible is, we have many gods maybe, you know, like the God of the Old Testament is not the same as the God of the New Testament. Look like we have a new God. So those potatoes, they forgot that the God who commanded the Jews in the Old Testament is Jesus. Isn't it Jesus, he said, before Abraham I am? And Abraham, he saw my day. And he rejoiced for it. What was the command to Abraham? I curse the one who curse you. Is that true? Those false people, they don't want you to protect yourself. They don't want you to defend yourself. They want you to be raped because they are the rapist. In fact, all of us, if Jesus, he allow people to rape our women, I don't want to be a Christian. If this is what they are saying, if this is a true belief in Jesus. If Jesus is saying that you are not allowed to protect your women and your children from being raped, kidnapped, then I don't want to be a Christian. But this is not what Jesus said. Absolutely not. In fact, Jesus, he speaks of the opposite. The one who defends the wicked is wicked. And this is what they are trying to do. They want to defend and protect the wicked, because if you kill the wicked, they die, and they are the wicked. So they come here in the chat and they claim that they are Christians, but they are the wicked ones. Imagine if we right now announce that in the state of New York, everybody is a Christian believer and they accept turning the cheek method only, and they understand it as the following. If you are coming to our bank and you want to rob it, you ask for $1, we ask you to take the second one. How many wicked men they will come to our houses and our banks and our businesses and they will rob us? Can you imagine? Did Jesus promote wickedness? Because this is what they are talking about. That means Jesus promoting thieves and wickedness and rapists. Because we cannot kill anyone, we cannot defend ourselves, so the wicked, they will enjoy it. All what Jesus said is not to be wicked and not to be evil. So if somebody rape you, don't go and rape his wife. Jesus prevent us from being murderers. But Jesus command us to kill the killers. Don't allow those false teachers. You see this stupid scumbag Pope, the Pope of Rome. And now he is giving a blessing to the same-sex marriage. What a scumbag you are. The Pope is worried about peace in Jerusalem. Like, hold on. Isn't it this is the same place where the Pope, they sent the crusade hundreds of years ago? What happened? Is that the same church? I can't believe it. He's not crying. He is a man of peace. You are a piece of shit. You are literally a piece of shit. And you are no Christian. Same-sex marriage, you coward son of Muta. And you want to school us about the Bible? We are in a time where you have a priest. They are blessing the wickedness. They are wicked. And he is worried about the children of Gaza, but he is not worried about the children who they are kidnapped into Gaza. Change your name. You are not the Pope. You are a poop. In fact, if you are a Catholic, you should poop on this man. Literally. I encourage, if there is anyone is a Catholic, he live in Rome, to carry a big amount of poop and throw it in the Pope when he walk by. We should throw poops on him, for he is the poopy Satan. It is time to stand against the evil ones. Be careful, Jesus said. Be aware of false teachers who come to you with clothes of a sheep. Look, he's wearing white clothing and he is so soft and kind and nice. But in fact, he put poison is enough to kill a nation, if not nations. I will be honored to bless you with my poops, the Pope of Rome. Remember, I love the Catholic. I'm not a Catholic. I don't care for Catholic name or Protestant or Orthodox. We don't promote division here. But this guy is no Catholic. This is not what Catholic teach. This person is of the devil. He support the terrorist. He tried to protect the terrorist. He is no Christian. He is an antichrist. You know, when the previous pope, he says Muhammad, he brought nothing but evil. Everybody gets so angry from the pope who said the truth. That's not right. How dare you to say that? You should not say that. This guy is the opposite. This guy is scumbag. This guy is the devil himself. He have a tail. I bet you if he take his panties off, you will see a tail there. We have a lot of those idiots. There is somebody here, his name is M.A., saying that Christian Prince is the wicked one. My friend, let me be wicked with you. My name is a Prophet Muhammad. I say to you something wicked right now. I hope you are listening. Go and bite the penis of your father. Can you? You are talking about wicked and you are a Muhammadan. Have you ever heard of a prophet? He said to someone he don't agree with, go and bite the penis of your father? Hey, M.A., are you here to bite my penis? I warn you, it's not going to taste good. What a wicked, stupid you are. Dummy, like your Prophet Muhammad, the mummy. Go and bite your father penis. You see, my Lord Jesus, he says, go and sin no more. Your filthy Muhammad says, go and bite your father penis. Shall we compare? Sorry guys, I speak a language maybe many of you don't like to hear, but I don't sugarcoat things. Those people, they understand only one language. Language of penis, poop, shit, garbage. I mean, their prophet himself, he take a shower with dead dogs. What you expect? Dead dogs, women of blood from period, and garbage, and yet he claimed that he is being clean after the shower. If this is what happened after the shower, what was happening before the shower? Let me show you, brothers, sisters. Unbelievable. So beautiful. Prophet Muhammad is so clean. This is Muhammad after the shower. I wish I can get you a picture of Muhammad before the shower. So Muhammad now, he decided to get clean. Like, it's time to clean up. Hello? So what Muhammad he do? He go to the sewage hole in the town of Mecca, where old garbage is thrown there. Let us say it is the dumpster hole. Not only he performed shower there, he told the Muslim to do it too. It was said, "O Messenger of Allah, look, he's a messenger of Allah." But it has been like something strange that the messenger of Allah is located and found by the GPS of Google in the water of Bidaa. You know what Bidaa mean? Garbage. Bi'ru Bidaa, the well of Bidaa, the well of garbage. That's what Bidaa mean. So he like they look at him, they try to trace him in Google, where we can find the Prophet. GPS, you know, Elon Musk, they connected the satellite, where we can find Prophet Muhammad. Bingo, we found him in the sewage. Even the sewage is way nicer, because you don't find in the sewage dead dogs. Dead dogs, women of blood from period, and a stinky garbage. What Muhammad he said? Water is always pure. Nothing make it any pure. What? Water is always pure. Nothing make it impure. I mean, where Muhammad he got this scientific miracles? This is so beautiful. Prophet Muhammad, he takes shower with the sewage in the sewage. May Allah bless you, Prophet. Prophet, I find that your knowledge is astonishing when it's come to hygiene. I think you are not even from this earth. Prophet Muhammad, how you smell after taking shower with dead dogs? Oh, it smells so good. In fact, hold on. Oh, this is the tail of the dog. Hold on. And this is his penis. Oh, next to my nose. Let me move it away. Sorry. What was the question? There was something in my ear. Oh, this is women rag from menstruation. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, it's not a women rag from, this is a condom. Prophet Muhammad taking shower with dead dogs. And he is the one who trying to teach us how to be clean, to meet Allah. MashaAllah. That's so beautiful. This is your prophet, the sewage guy. From the sewage to the sewage. Muslims, say Ameen. Sewage. Your prophet taking shower, preparing himself for prayer in the sewage. I know. I'm so convinced that he been told to do that by Allah himself. And here, by the way, he mentioned scientific miracle too, because it discovered in Japan. There's a Japanese scientist, his name, I'm sure you heard of him. Mr. Yama, I heard you lying, Yama, Suzuki, Toyota. It's Japanese, you know. So they asked Mr. Yaha, I don't even know how to repeat his name. I mean, we can't even repeat the same lie twice, like Muhammad you do. So they asked the scientist from Japan, Yama, I do lie to you, lie Yama, Yahoo, Toyota, Suzuki. Is it true that water is always pure and nothing make it impure? The scientist from Japan, he said, translation. It's proven scientifically that this is absolutely true. As an example, if you jump in a sewage and the sewage have all kind of shit, including the holy shit of the Prophet, or the shit of Muhammad himself, or the shitty religion of Islam, or the shit of all Muslims, if you jump there and there's dead dogs. I thought dogs are dirty. No, not if they are in the sewage. Dogs are dirty if they are alive. When they are dead in the sewage, they are pure. Hey Muslims, how come dogs are dirty if they are alive, and now the guy is taking shower with dead dogs? Dead. You know what dead mean? So dogs are dirty when they are alive, and they are pure when they are dead. That is something. Hold on. Somebody is calling me. christianprince, first of all, I'm going to expose you. Zakir, Naik, how you can expose me? We have the reference in front of us. Your prophet, he performed wudu, which means ablution, with women blood from period. christianprince, first of all, those are Muslim women, and their blood is very nice. What the heck? It's a period. It doesn't matter. Those are Muslim women, and their blood is different. Zakir, Naik, how you know? christianprince, you are stupid. I have 4 wives, and their blood is different. Do you taste it? christianprince, I can't answer you. I avoid the question. Give me the second question. Okay, what about the dead dogs which Muhammad taking shower with in this little tiny, spot of water? It's not even a 6 foot wide, and it's not even 2 foot high. What say you? Christian Prince, at that time, those dogs, they were very nice dogs, and they are from good family. The dogs are what? They are very nice dogs and from good family. What family? They are dogs. Christian Prince, there is different kind of dogs. Another example, there's some dogs, the price for them is $6,000. And there is a dog you can buy them for $5. Can you know why? Because maybe they are different, like, take maybe more time to have those babies. Christian Prince, you are so stupid. Dogs, they take the same period to go deliver dogs. But there is different. There is dogs from good family and there is dogs from bad family. Okay, so the Prophet was taking shower with those dogs from good family? Exactly. In fact, those dogs are from a noble royal family. Really? Exactly. Actually, I have a hadith that said that the dead dogs were there. They were the dogs of the Pharaoh. And they are royal dogs. I was wondering what the dog. Okay, so now we finished the rags and the blood from women and dead dogs. What about the garbage? Brother Prince, you are stupid. Why? First of all, in the hadith, it doesn't say garbage. Eh? No, it says garbage. Not only that, actually, in some it says stinking garbage. Christian Prince, first of all, stinky garbage doesn't mean stinky. What? So why it says stinky? Christian Prince, the word stinky can have many meaning. Okay, give me the meaning of the stinky. As an example, sometimes you say to your wife, you're stinky. You don't mean it. That's why you kiss her. So you say to her, you're stinky, you are joking with her. Zakir Naik, what your wife and the stinky wife have to do with this? It says stinky garbage. What are you talking about? Christian Prince, listen carefully. I'm going to make an example of you. As an example, every Muslim believes that Christian Prince is stinky. But I am sure you take a shower every day. Yeah, actually, true. Therefore, by the smell you are stinky. But the things you say is very stinky. Yeah, because I'm quoting your prophet. Exactly. So when you quote my prophet, things are so stinky. But when you don't quote my prophet, you don't smell bad. Garbage, stinky garbage, and the prophet is clean. Hey, by the way, do Hamas do ablution before they go to Israel like prophet of Allah? Is that why they kidnap dogs? Can you believe it? They kidnap even a dog. I'm serious, they kidnap a dog. And now Israeli, they put him in the list, they want him back. I can't even believe it. That the Israeli government not asking for a human only, they are asking for the dog. I mean, it's so beautiful, man. Prophet Muhammad, he is the best of mankind, you know. And look here, it says stinking things. Zakir, are you still with us online? I think he hung up. Dead dogs and stinking things. So they are already stinking. So don't you think, Muhammadans, if somebody he take a shower with the stinking things, he will be stinky man too? So your stinky prophet is coming to teach the whole world how to be clean. We know that Zakir Naik don't call you. Oh, okay. Thank you. How you discover that? That's amazing. Actually, sometimes I see Muslim making a comment saying, Christian Prince, this is not Dr. Zakir Naik. He sounds like Zakir Naik, but they cannot be Zakir Naik. Anyway, so listen carefully. Let us make a vote. And I want to see how many of you will make a comment, not in the chat. I don't want you to do a comment in the chat. I want to see how many of you support Israel and you are not convinced with those liars who they try to make us hate Israel and whoever in Israel. Remember, Israel, not only Jews, Israel there's Christians, even there is Muslims. But that will not change the fact that this is the land, promised land to the Jews. So I want to see who of you agree with me In the same time, you will see some comments attacking me. I would like you to refute them. I would like you to get them busted, showing them verses from the Gospel and from the Old Testament. Get those cowards busted. And honest to my God, if I am not an Arab, I will be fighting right now side by side with the Israeli army against the scumbags of Hamas. I will be honored to fight in that land, and even if I die there, I believe the Lord, He will accept me as a martyr. Fighting for the truth, defending the weak, defending the children, defending the women, bringing justice to those who've been raped and tortured and killed. The true Christians is the one who not witness a crime and let it happen. The one who witness a crime and don't do anything to stop it, he is a criminal. The one who witness a rapist and he let him rape, he is a rapist too. There's many verses in the Bible speaking the same as I'm saying. The one who don't stand against wickedness, he is wicked. We cannot, as a Christians, allow the wicked to take over. When the Lord, He said, I will grant you victory, He was not talking about us going to victory without doing anything. There's many ways of victory. There's time for war and there's time for peace. And there's people understand language of peace. We speak to them in peace. And there's people only understand the language of wickedness and war. Well, we don't want wickedness, but we have no choice but to go for war. War they ask for, war we give them. And then the war come to them, they cry like dogs. And they cry and they speak for a human right. They forgot a human right when it's come about us. They want a human right only for their own. We saw them naked with the humility under the feet of the Israeli army. Those sceneries give me a pleasant to see. I'm happy to see it, for this is justice. They don't deserve honor. If you don't honor your neighbor and their women, why your neighbor will honor you? Go naked. Go with shame. Let your children see you with your panty. Coward killers. You deserve no respect. Yet you ask for it. You know, sometimes you ask yourself, what those people they were thinking? They think they will come and kill and rape and they will get away with it? Yes. They knew that there's hundreds of scumbags, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of scumbags in the West. They will jump to protect them. Why? Because this is what they did the last time. Each time those filthy scumbags attack Israel, those terrorists in the West, the hippies, the lefties, the mentally ill, they stand and protect Hamas. So Hamas, they knew already that they have a massive army of hippies, mentally ill people, are willing to protect them. We kill them, we raid them, they strike, they put the pressure on Israel, they stop, and we will look victorious. This is what they do every time. in 2003, in 2006, in 2007. It doesn't matter. But I'm so glad that this time the Israeli did not bow down to the beast in America. Because the beast in America, Joe Biden, he did his best to stop the Israeli from going there. He don't want it. The beast in Europe, the hippies in Europe, they don't want Hamas to be finished. We have no choice. So if you are a Christian and you don't support Israel, I feel sad for you lost your Bible. And you forgot the word of God. You see, if the Israeli are the one who's kidnapping Palestinians or raping them, I will stand against Israel. If Israeli soldiers, they go inside the Palestinian house and they open the legs of Palestinian women and they rape her and they record her and they cut her breast when she is alive, I will spit at those soldiers. But this is not what happened. It is the opposite. You see the Israeli, they go there, you would not see one woman. Do you see? Where's the women? There's no women. Those are men. They capture men. Even the prisoners in the Israeli jail is for women who they commit a crime and murder. They stab Israeli in the street. My friend, don't let the liars deceive you. Those sons of Muta, they have to pay. And justice must prevail. And the one who don't fight for justice, he is an enemy of God. He is an antichrist. He is a shame to himself and his family. If you defend rapist, shall the Lord allow the rapist to rape your wife? I pray not for something like this to happen to you. But even though you deserve it, maybe, because you promote rapists and you defend them. Shall somebody kidnap your child at the age of 8 months, claiming that he is defending his nation and he's a man? But when the real men, they come to them, they hide like rats. Dogs. Cowards. They hide under schools and hospitals. And just to let you know, there's no civilians in Gaza. I just saw the report from Muslim TV station saying that 97% of people of Gaza, they are supporting Hamas. And most of them, their children are members of Hamas. Not 90, not 80, not 97. There's 3%. Who are the 3%? Maybe the Christians. This is the truth, my friend. Terrorist. Their God is a terrorist. Muhammad is a terrorist. Even the Aisha, the whore, she is a terrorist. Do you know that Aisha, she took an army of 10,000s to kill Ali and the Muslims? Do you know? Even Aisha, the girl, the one we say Muhammad, he raped her, he married her at the age of 6, even that is a terrorist. She took an army of 10,000s and she attacked the cousin of Muhammad army to kill him and to kill the daughter of Muhammad. This is how filthy this religion is. The daughter of Muhammad is a terrorist. The wife of Muhammad is a terrorist. The companion of Muhammad are terrorists. and they were killing each other. Do you know that Umar ibn Khattab, he burned the house of the daughter of Muhammad? Do you know that she died because he kicked her in her stomach when she was pregnant? Do you know? Do you know that the Muslims, they killed the Caliphate Uthman after torturing him by taking the hair of his beard one after one? Do you know they drag him in the street like a dog? Do you know? Do you know that they killed Ali and his sons and the grandsons of Muhammad? Do you know? This is Islam, my friend. Terrorist. If there is no enemy to terrify, they terrify each other. This is the religion of the most filthy scumbag terrorist. His name is Qatham, the son of unknown. He changed his name from Qatham to Muhammad. Muslim history report that Muhammad's mother, she gave birth to Muhammad 4 years after his father's death. This is why you will find in Muslims fiqh, which is supposedly the Islamic teaching of religion, that a woman, she can have a baby many years after her husband's death. If you don't believe me, I can show you. Give me a second. Just to cover the shame of Muhammad. Because what they will say Muhammad was a son of nobody, unknown man. This is an official Islamic website. Al-Islamu Su'alun wa Jawab. The question is, what is, let me use Google translation. Give me a second. Give me a second. And I will give you the link too. You know, like if we don't have those references we will show you, you might say this guy is making things up. I mean, come on, there's nobody can believe in such a, and we are in the year 2023, right? No. Muslims are not in any year yet. They are in different year, brother. They have different religion, different year. Everything is different. So here, the title is saying, and let us use Google translation. Give me a second. All right. I hope the whole image will show up on your side. Let me see. Give me a second, please, to see what you see from your side. I think maybe we need to zoom out a little bit. Let us see here. Or maybe we can make the page smaller. Yeah, I think that will be better. All right. So now we will use Google translation. Prophet Google, peace, police be upon him. Read and love. This is the religion of Muhammad. Translate. Where is the translate? Why is it not working? Translate. The longest period a woman can stay pregnant, brother. What is the title? Do you see the title? Okay. Question, brother. What is the longest period a woman she can stay pregnant? I would like to know, brother. I mean, what? Why you are asking? Thanks to Allah. Look, this is the answer. Answer, thanks to Allah. Okay. Firstly, when the Muslim, he say firstly, that means the shit is coming. The second you see a Muslim saying firstly, that will be the first shit. And then that's mean there's second, excuse my language. As you know, we cannot sugarcoat shit. I mean, this is really shitty. Firstly, the longest, the issue of longest period of, the blah, 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 blah. Okay, number one, the maximum duration of pregnancy is the usual period, which is 9 months, which is in the school of Zubayri. Secondly, maximum period is 1 year. Number three, hold on, we just started. 2 years according to the Hanafi. 3 years according to Abu Layth bin Sa'd. 3 years. 3 auctions. Okay, are we done? No. What are you talking about? What done? Hold on. We just started. 4 years from this teaching of Ash-Shafi'i and Hanbali. Those are almost 70% of the Muslim Sunni. And the most famous of two, how many? 4 years. 4 years. Are we done? No. 5 years according to Al-Maliki. This is the third sect of the Muslim Sunni. So now we have two Islamic sects. They are the massive size of Muslim Sunni. Hanbali and Shafi'i believe that women, she can deliver a child 4 years after her husband's death or divorce. Maliki is the third sect. It's 5 years. Are we done? No. 6 years, which is narration the authority of Az-Zuhri and Malik. So now the number is 6 years. Auction. Who will increase? Are we done? No. 7 years. And this is the opinion of the following idiots. And including Az-Zuhri and Malik. And then the other one, there is no limit. Hello? Christian Prince. First of all, this is true. I remember my cousin. He divorced his wife 20 years ago. And then she called him. And she said to him, I have a baby from you. And come to the hospital and pay for the bill. Zakir Naik, how she divorced the guy 20 years ago. And now the baby is his son. How is that possible? Christian Prince. First of all, we are different species. We are Muslims. And Muslims, their semen can live for long. As an example, I have a Muslim brother. He had masturbation. Well, what he did? Masturbation. You mean masturbation? Exactly. He had masturbation in the year 1973. Okay. And then another woman, she came to the same bedroom. And they did not wash the bedroom all the time. Okay. And then the brother, her vagina touched the minister semen. Look, what the heck? So in 1973, this Muslim brother of yours, he did masturbate in the hotel room. And in the year 2023, a woman, she slept in the same bed which nobody washed all this time. And what happened? Christmas, focus with me. She was sleeping naked. A'udhu billah. But anyway, she was alone in the bed. And then she flipped her body. And she covered herself by the feet. By what? By the feet. You mean the sheet. Exactly. And then the semen of our Muslim brother came in her vagina. Zakir, hold on. So, are you sure that this guy masturbated in 1973? Not like in December 223, like, December 21st, something like that? Christian Prince, I swear by Allah, that this is what happened. And I have witnesses. What do you mean witnesses? You were there when he was masturbating? Exactly. Shame on you, man. You are watching the man. He is doing masturbation. Christian Prince, first of all, I did not see his penis. He was touching himself under the blanket. Okay, that make a difference. Hey, Abdul, what is this? Your wife, she might call you 20, 30 years after, saying to you that your semen now is being activated. What if a woman, she takes some semen, put it in her pocket for a century? But listen, this is not made up to cover that Muhammad is bastard and he's born many years after his father's death and nobody knows who is his father. No. This is all scientifically true. This is true. There's many proof of that. It's true. Who can debunk this? Oh. want the link? You have to pay for it. People are accusing me that I'm getting paid by the Israeli. Where is the money? Shame on you. I mean, go and see the previous video. How many Muslims accusing me I'm getting paid? By who? By the Jews. Unbelievable. Yeah, to weave a singer, he pay me always, you know. Okay, link, shorten. Let us see. Let us shorten the link for you. Yeah, because, you know, the title have Arabic and Google will not allow it. I mean, the link have Arabic in it, in the search. So we have to shorten the link, all right? I think now it's working. Just let me know if it's working, all right? This is the link. Tell me if it's, excuse me. Tell me if it is working. Does it work? Is the link working? Don't forget that you have to open it with Google browser so you can use Google translation. And you can save it in your reference if you wish. And as you see the names they are mentioning to you. This is the Muslims. This is the majority of Muslims in the world. Not even the majority. This is all the Muslims. Hanafi, Shafi'i, the Muslim sect, the Muslim Sunni sect are 4. And they are in front of you. So we have the Hanbali, we have the Shafi'i, we have the Maliki, we have it all. And as you see, it is unlimited where a woman, she can give baby birth to someone, maybe he died. Like there's a story of a woman, I think it was in Sudan, in the time where Al-Mushir was supposed to want to practice Sharia law. So the Muslim, they accuse her of fornication because she, you know, she is going to deliver a baby soon, 2 years after her husband's death. But the lawyer, he's smart. He showed the court that according to Islamic law, a Muslim woman, she can bear a son or a baby, a child, many, many years after the husband's death. Therefore, there is no proof that she did fornication. In fact, she is a decent woman because, according to Islam, she can even deliver a son 15 years after. Still, it is highly possible it is from the previous dead husband. And as you see, this is an official Islamic website. Right? Like, you know, imagine Hamas member now is captured by the Israeli army. Like Sinwar. They put him in jail for 20 years. Sinwar come back from jail. He found his wife, she had 10 kids. Sinwar is the head of Hamas. He asked his wife, I want to ask you, how in the hell I was in jail in the Israeli army for 20 years, and yet you have 10 kids. Honey, what's wrong with you? Your semen was with me all the time. I cannot live without it. Don't you know what Prophet Muhammad is saying? Hey Muslims, what is this, man? This is so good to be true. So you go, like, how in the world a Muslim can accuse his wife of fornication then? He cannot. In the top of that, in case you do not know, a Muslim man, he cannot accuse his wife of fornication because he need to bring 4 witnesses, and those 4 witnesses, they have to see the penis of the man going in and out. And Muhammad described it the same as it goes, the pen in the inkwell. A Muslim man, he witnessed his wife, she is fornicating with the neighbor. And he heard Muhammad saying that you should bring 4 witnesses. So he came to Muhammad, he don't dare to say, because now he is afraid if he accuses his wife and he cannot bring 4 witnesses. Look what he said. So Sa'ad and Ubadah said to the Messenger of Allah, What do you think if I find my wife with a man? Should I give him some time until I bring 4 witnesses? Prophet Muhammad, he said, yes. So, brothers and sisters, to be a Muslim is the best way. You can fornicate as much as you want. However, I have some tips for you. So you will never be caught even if you're having sex in the park in public. How? Because even if there's a billion people watching your wife having sex, with the neighbor, if they could not see the penis of the man who is sleeping with her, there's no proof. So I will tell you what you should do. You let this woman fornicate with you. She sit in the top of you and she is wearing a skirt. She go up, she go down, boing, boing, boing. Nobody can see your penis. And if she stood up, well, they can see maybe your penis, but not inside her. Hello. Therefore, there's no proof of fornication. Because the Prophet of Allah, he said, you have to see the penis going in and out. And 4 of them, they have to see it. In fact, there's a hadith. I'm not sure if how many of you heard of it. 4 men, they saw a woman having sex with a man. Fornication. They come to the Caliphate and they told him, hey, Caliphate, we saw this woman doing boom boom with this man. The Caliphate, he asked the first man, did you see the penis of this guy going in and out? The guy, he said, I swear by Allah, I saw it. The Caliphate, he asked the second guy, did you see the penis of this man going in and out like the inkwell and the pen? The second guy, he said, I swear by Allah, I saw it. He asked the third guy, did you see the penis of the man going in and out like a pen in the inkwell? The third guy said, I swear by Allah and his testicles, I saw it. He asked the fourth guy, did you see the penis of the man going inside her like a pen in the inkwell? The fourth guy, he said, no. What I saw, that her legs was around his neck and her feet, they were shaking like the ears of a rabbit or a donkey when he's running. The Caliphate, he commanded to beat the 4 witnesses because sadly, there's only 3. They saw the penis going in and out. The 4th did not see it. The 4th one, he did not see the penis. He saw her feet around his neck and they were shaking like ears of a donkey. Search it in Google. I mean, do you see how amazing Islam is? Pink Panther. You cannot play with the Pink Panther. Investigator. There's a 3 only they saw the penis in, not enough. Number 4, he did not see the penis. He saw her feet around his neck. And you know, that means nothing. What a big deal. There's many women, they put their feet around neck of men, not for any sexual purpose. This is not sexual. Maybe she is just doing gym, stuff, Like what? You go to the bedroom, you find your wife, her legs, her feet around the neck of the guy, and he is on the top of her. Is that sexual? No. There's no proof. There's no proof of sexuality. It might be he is doing teaching her yoga. Like those yogas come back. I wonder now what the wives of Hamas boys doing while Hamas are captured by their enemy. I'm just wondering. How many of you is here for first time? Do we have anybody here for the first time? Give me one if you are here for first time. It's just to do scientific study, sorry, So if you are here for the first one, give us one. Give us one. Nobody here for a first time? Outcast, you are here first time? Okay. We have only one is here first time. We have Jarrett. We have two. Only? Man, there's no first timers. Bar. Okay, this is a three. Okay. AAA. This is four. That's it. Positive is first time. Okay, five. Okay, Stephen. AIP. Santha Komara. Okay, look like we have many people here first time. Let me give you the bad news. I feel sorry for you because now you will be addicted, and the first time is going to be forever. So I advise you to hang up YouTube and get out as soon as possible before get addicted. Because trust me, you will come here every time we go live and you will stay for many hours. So save yourself from many things will happen to you. Just to let you know, if you laugh a lot, according to scientific study, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that if you laugh a lot, you get fat. You want to get fat? Huh? You want to gain weight? Get out of here. You stay here, you die laughing, and then you sue me, and your mom, she say, this guy, he killed my son. My son was healthy. He go to his chat, he start laughing, he die from laughing, I want to sue him. Why you want to do that to me? Leave, 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 okay? Leave. Are you already fat? Okay, we will lose weight then. Unbelievable, he's already fat. What happened? I told you don't get married. Here we go. Your wife, she is a very good cook. She cook nice food for you, and look what happened. If you stay single like me, you will never get fat. I eat the same dish every day for the last 30 days. Unbelievable. This is the benefit of being single, you know? Like you eat the same food every day, every day. Like what I'm going to eat today. Ah, like yesterday. What I ate yesterday. I like the day before. Wonderful. I mean, you open my fridge, you see the same food in every shelf. What a shellfish life. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right. Yeah, you will like it here. But, you know, maybe like, you know, here we have a good laugh and etc. But our topic is very serious. And here we share education. As you see, I don't show my face for your safety. You know what? I will tell you a true story. This is a true story, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. There's a guy, he made fun of me the way I look like. Guess what? He woke up in the morning and God, he punished him and he made him look exactly like me. Like he looked at the mirror and said, oh no, 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 God, please, no. So repent and don't make fun of me the way I look like. However, I hope that God will give you a brain like mine, for you will enjoy it. You know, education is the most pleasant thing we can have on life. You know, you maybe enjoy food, you maybe enjoy some material, even like let's say sex. But this is all temporary. But there is something you can enjoy 24 hours a day. That is knowledge with brain. When you have the knowledge and you have the brain, every second in your life is a new story. For you see things differently. You enjoy things. Sometimes you suffer too, because your brain cannot leave you alone. Don't give you rest or comfort sometimes. But still, it's better than being a donkey who see nothing, know nothing, understand nothing. You die as a donkey, you live as a donkey, you stay as a donkey. The Chinese, they said, he left as a donkey, never come back as a horse. You don't want to be the donkey. And here we are trying to help people not to be donkeys, because the problem is we have a lot of donkeys. We need horses. We need people who goes and come back as horses. For they used to be horses and now they are more educated. The enemy of a Christ try to make you a donkey. As you see, this is a donkey. He claimed to be coming from God. And he claimed that he is against fornication. But yet he himself is a fornicator. He's a rapist, he's a killer, he's a criminal. He even flirted, according to Muslims, with his own son's wife. And he took the wife of his own son. So we are here to expose those liars. I say to you, there is nothing like our Lord the Messiah, our Savior, to teach us guidance and wisdom. Don't let those woke, stupid people, they are stupid. They are confused about everything. Even if they don't know even if what they have between their legs is a penis or a peanut. They don't know what is a woman is in the year 2023. So can those people are the one who tell us what's going on in Israel? Can it be true that this are the wise ones who can tell us what's happening in the world? People who they are trying to deceive your children, convincing the boy he's a girl and the girl she is a boy. They cannot be the one who tell us what's going on. They don't know even what's going on with them. Smart people is the one who took the Bible, their constitution. Nothing else. The second we see someone teaching something against the Bible, we refuse his teaching. We cast it out. Never let your kids become in the dish of the beast. He will chew on them. He will destroy them. And then he will destroy your household. Those who don't stand against wickedness, they are wicked. And they will turn into wickedness. Who of you, he have an infected wound, he will not do something to stop the infection. And those terrorists are an infection. And those who support them, they are the germs. Shall we expose the germs to alcohol? Yes, we should. Shall we expose those satanic people into the truth and bring the light of the sun to clean our wounds? You know, I find it very weird that somebody is a homosexual, he support those who want to kill homosexual. Huh. That is telling you how messed up they are. Every single Mohammedan country, starting from Gaza, they will kill you if you are a homosexual, literally. By the way, in Gaza there is zero homosexual. Do you know why? Because Gaza is so friendly for atheists and homos. There's zero atheist, there is zero homosexual, there is zero Krishna worshippers, like, you know, Krishna, like those crazy that go in the street dancing like weirdo. There's zeros of everything. There's only Muslims. Do you know why? Because there are people who defend the human right. This is why there's zero gays and zero lesbian and zero atheist and zero Krishna, Tishna, Fishna, Mishna. There's zero Jews. So the silly you who support your enemy, that alone is enough proof that you are mentally ill. There's no way somebody will support the one who wanna kill him unless he is mentally ill. Do we agree? Nobody support his enemy unless he is mentally ill. Right? Don't ask me questions, have nothing to do with my topic. We don't care if you want to read this and that. This is your business. And you do not need to ask me what to read. This is your business. Unless you are playing games. Aren't you an adult mature? Potato. This guy MA is an Abdul coward trying to challenge you. Well, I will open my Skype if this guy he tried to. There's no need to try to challenge me. Just jump to it. Here we go. Let me open Skype. Even though I was going to go. But okay. Let us see if there's an Abdul. Mohammed Zubair. Is that you? Let us see. Here we go. We open Skype. Who there? We are calling a fresh Abdul. We are calling a fresh Abdul and he is not answering. Okay, this Abdul is not answering. Let us see another Abdul. Next. All right. This is the second Abdul. Hello? This is the second Abdul. Hello? Mute YouTube, please.
Yes.
What?
You said Miss YouTube?
Here we go. And like, did your mom, she gave birth to you from her anus and your voice is not coming right? Why you are changing your voice, you stupid idiot? You don't even dare to use your voice when you talk to me. Tell your mom it's not right to give birth to someone like you from her anus. And look at what happened now. Your voice is coming wrong. Next time, maybe now it's not too late. Ask her to push you back in her anus and deliver you from the front. If she do not know which one, I can send her some images. Let us see second one. All right. Another Muslim. What's wrong with those people? Don't play with me. You're no match. Answer. Let us hope this Abdul is real. Hello? Hello? We heard your microphone. Talk. Go ahead. Yes.
Run, bitch. Run.
Oh, this is Fakira. Listen, Fakira, you just said. Okay, hold on. Did you just use the word bitch? Did you just use the word bitch? What word? Bitch?
Because that's what you do. You run like a little cow.
Okay, hold on. What the word? Let us talk. What the word bitch means?
Son of a bitch.
What the word bitch? What the word? Listen. You see, I'm allowing you to talk.
Boy.
He will not let me talk. See?
Boy, for years, bro. What
Are you afraid? Are you afraid to let me talk?
You can dig in your fucking belief. Yeah?
So listen, is it true? Is it true? You're a prophet. You will not let me talk. Here we go. You're a prophet wife. Shut up, son of Mata. Your mother is a whore. Your mother Aisha is a whore. You will not let me talk because you're afraid. I gave you a chance to talk, but you will not let me talk because you are son of Muta. Your mother Aisha, the wife of your prophet, there is a verses in the Quran about her. She was accused that she used to open her legs to everybody, to the point she was the bike of the city. Some they say she was the public garage. You don't dare. That's why you keep talking, because the second you stop talking, I'm going to ask you a question, and that is your fear. Potato. Next. Another Abdul. He will not let you talk, by the way, because it's crazy. They are terrified. This is why they will not let you talk. You know? Because if he stopped talking, then people will hear what I'm going to say, and that is not right. We are calling another Abdul. Next. Now, this guy is using the internet of the neighbors. It's not even connecting. It's halal in Islam to use the neighbor's internet. You know, there's fatwa actually about stealing electricity. It's halal. Let us see. If you are a Muslim, you would like to join us. Okay, I have recently. All right. Okay, we have a Muslim lady. Let us see. By the way, did you notice how fast I was reading? I don't know if you noticed. I'm so good in reading, like, you know, this is how we in the Middle East we read so fast. Like in the Middle East, when we buy any product from any market online or etc., we don't even take us 2 seconds to read the manual. That's why after we finish installing the thing, we find like 100 screws extra. And this is how the Muslims read the Quran. Like this guy, Fakira, he do not know one single Arabic word, and yet he claims he understands his book. He knows his book. And he want to teach me Arabic. All right. Let's see if there is any other Muslim. Let us call him again. I don't know.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm fine. You are a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
Is that like what happened? Is it like you get sick or something? What happened? Why you are a Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim because how can I say?
Tell me. It's okay. I'm like, you know, share. It's
No,
okay. I mean,
basically,
things happen. It's okay.
no, basically my English is so weak, so
Oh, my English is weaker. Trust me. Like I used to say hello gays to guys, and they used to kick me out of their chat. I say hello gays, you know, like in the typing, I say guys, you know, I mean guys, but I type gays, and then they start cursing me, and I was wondering, of course, what's wrong with those people? I just go to the chat room, I say hello gays, I mean guys, and they, you know, they start cursing me. So it's okay. Don't worry about English. My English is not good. Too. Your Prophet Muhammad, even his Arabic is not good. He don't even know how to write, how to read. That's what they say. What do you think?
no, I know very well that like Prophet Muhammad was Ummi, but he have a good knowledge more than you, more than me, more than like all
That's deep.
of the
Okay,
world. Yeah.
give me the proof of what you just said, that your prophet he have a good knowledge. Like what?
Oh, Christian Prince, please don't attack on me. I have not good knowledge. I have just few questions.
I did not ask you about good knowledge. You said your prophet have good knowledge. I ask you, give me some of the good knowledge of your prophet. Are you going to retreat? Are you going to swallow what you just said? Everybody heard you saying, oh, the prophet he have good knowledge. So give me one of his good knowledge.
No, dear, I'm understanding you are attacking on me. I have some questions. That's why I'm here.
I'm not attacking you, my friend. You said your prophet have good knowledge. I'm asking you like what?
Like, okay, you don't understand.
No, I will understand. Don't worry. Just tell me one of the good knowledge. I'm desperate to know.
No, CP, I already told you I have not a good knowledge. Now,
Not you,
how can
not you. You're a prophet. Listen, my friend. I'm not asking you. You said your prophet has a good knowledge. I say to you, tell
Mr.
me.
Prince, first of all, I know, dear, your character, your behavior, but I want a respectful debate and respectful conversation with you, please.
I don't do respect Muhammad. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that very
Okay.
well.
So I'm
That's
asking
why.
you why Muhammad is a
Asking,
prophet. Why Muhammad is a prophet? Go ahead. Tell me. I'm listening.
it's the choice of Allah. He's the
Okay, but
last messenger of
no.
Allah.
You see how you prove even there is Allah. Go ahead.
So he's a one creator. He created you. He created
All
me.
right.
He
I will,
created Jesus.
okay,
He's the
I will
creator
go with
of
you.
all.
According to the Quran, is Allah the only creator or there's many creators?
According to Quran, the Allah is only creator. Allah created
So
the all
how
universe.
come Allah in the Quran he says he is the best of the creators?
He's mentioned in Quran again and again,
I'm
a
asking
lot of
you,
times.
if there's only one creator, why Allah he says he is the best of the creators? Is that a mistake?
Sorry, what you say? Tell me
Why
again.
Allah he says in the Quran he is the best of the creators in chapter 23, verse number 14? If there's one,
Let me read.
if you Muslim believe in one creator, then Allah should not say he is the best of the creators, because that means there's many other creators, but Allah he think he is the best between them. So
No, what you say? Tell me again the chapter.
chapter 23, verse number 14.
Okay, let me check it. Yeah, here it's very clear mention that Allah is a good creator.
No, no, no. He says he's the best of the creators, not good creator. What good creator? If there's a bad creator and good creator, the creator is the creator. A second ago you said Allah is the creator. Now you say to me he's a good creator. The second you say he's a good creator, that means there's many creators.
Christian Prince, listen to me, dear. It's very clear.
Don't
Like
don't dare
you
me.
you
Don't dare me. Does it say in the Quran? There is no need to dare me. Does it say in the
I
Quran he is the best of the creators? Does it
see
say that?
I see, dear. I see that you are playing with these words. I know very well, but I have few questions.
I
Like
play, my friend. Are you saying to me I'm playing with Allah? Does it say there Allah is the best of the
you are
creators?
playing with the words. You are playing with the words.
I'm
You should
not. It says there in the front of me, this is your
translate.
Muslim translation. I do not need translation. I speak Arabic. It says, Ahsanul Khaliqeen. He is the best of the creators. So how Allah is the only creator and Allah is the best of the creators? Either the Quran is wrong and the Arabic is being stupid here, using the wrong words, because you cannot believe in one creator and then you say Allah is the best of the creators, and the one is talking here supposedly is Allah. So is Allah confused about how many creators there is, or he is confirming that he is one of many creators?
Okay. Now I'm giving you answer. Like Quran is a solution of all problems. When
But now we have a problem. What is the solution? You see, you cannot even answer. If this is a solution, then you should be
yeah,
able to answer
like
how we
yeah,
have a solution by someone says he is the best of the creators if there's only one creator.
no, you not listening me. I'm telling you. For example, you are praying to the wrong God. Means you believing that Jesus is God. So it's answer for you that Allah is just one creator, not
No.
Jesus, not another one,
Okay,
not
let us go with you. First of all,
it's,
you just said that I'm praying to the wrong God. Well, isn't it
yeah.
Jesus in the Quran is a creator too?
Who?
Jesus. Isn't it the
No,
Quran? Isn't it the Quran says that Jesus he created from the mother bird?
no. In Quran chapter 19 verse number 30, when you check it, so Jesus said, need I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet. It's
All
very clear
right.
in the Quran.
So are you saying the Quran did not say that Jesus he created from the mother bird?
From the what?
From the mother bird?
No, Jesus is created from the motherboard, but he has no father. Jesus have no
Okay, no.
father.
Focus with me. Did Jesus create from the mother bird by breathing into it?
I didn't got it.
Huh?
I didn't understood.
Did Jesus create from the mud a bird by breathing into it?
I don't know.
I know. Chapter 3, verse number 49, it says that Isa, he said, I create for you. I create for you. I design out of the clay a shape of a bird, and then I breathe into it. and will become a bird.
Chapter number 3, verse number 4,
49.
49.
What translation you like me to show you? What translation is your favorite? You like Yusuf Ali? You like Shakira?
Who's
Quran?
Shakira? Yusuf Ali.
Shakira, the singer.
I'm not a singer, bro. Singing may be allowed.
No,
It's
no,
in
she have
Christian.
tafsir Shakira. You know, the tafsir says Shakira, Shakira. Like, come on. This is Shakira book. Look at this. You just said to me that Allah is the only creator, and now we find that Allah, He gave His power to Isa, and Isa now created from the bird. This is Shakira book.
It's miracle. It's miracle. You know.
Exactly. Who is the one who did the miracle? Jesus. What he did, he created from the mother bird. So now how many creators we have in the Quran? Allah in the Quran, in the other chapter I just showed you, He says He is the best of the creators. So Allah, He compared Himself to Jesus. So Jesus is a creator. Allah is a creator. Allah claimed that He can create better than Jesus, but I doubt it.
Dear, no. If I already I show you a one verse of Jesus that he's a servant, so why you are
No,
playing
no,
with
you
other
did not show me
verses?
any verse. You showed me what Muhammad said. This is not what Jesus said. I mean, all of
It's
us, we knew that Muhammad never was in the time of Jesus. Same time,
yeah.
same time. Listen, listen.
No,
The Quran
it's a
has
one.
the Quran, my friend, the Quran has no witnesses, no proofs. Even he didn't have a book, it's called Quran. This is something, somebody, his name is Hafs, 200 years after Muhammad,
It's a
according to his recitation.
no. It's a one book in the whole world which is
Absolutely
not
false.
beaten
Absolutely
and
false. Okay, hold on. Are you
also.
are you saying to me that your prophet Muhammad is a liar?
No, what? Who says
Are you
that?
are you saying to me that your prophet Muhammad is
No,
a liar?
I
Because
didn't
according to
say
your
that.
prophet, Allah, He sent 7 Quran.
He's saying what?
He sent 7 Quran. You just said to me you have 1 Quran. Everybody heard you. You're
Yeah,
a prophet.
I have one Quran.
You're a prophet. Joe Biden, he said, Allah, He sent 7 Quran. I heard Joe Biden in the White House saying that.
Okay, Christian Prince. Now, can I ask you a question?
Don't change the topic. How many Quran you have? Is it true there are 7 Qurans and you don't have
Just
any
one
of
Quran.
them?
Just one Quran. Why you are playing with the yeah?
Okay, well, your prophet, he says Allah sent him 7 Quran. I have the reference. Open the book of Shakira, page number
Thank you.
2214.
I already told you that Quran is the solution of problems.
No
Quran
problem. Okay,
reveals
here we go.
verse
Okay, we will talk
by
about
verse
that.
by
Okay,
verse.
but does it
Verse
say
by
in does it say in the book of Shakira al-Bukhari that Allah, He sent Muhammad 7 Quran, or I'm lying?
Okay, so now you can tell me that we have a lot of Qurans like a Bible, or we have just one Quran.
Well, hold on. We don't have many Bible. You know what Bible mean? Bible mean book of books. So we have many books. We have. Isn't it your prophet? He said. Isn't it your prophet? Yeah, stuff. It's funny. It's funny. Okay, hold on.
I
Isn't it your prophet? He says that Allah, He sent
by
124,000 messenger. Allah, He sent 124,000 messengers. So we should have 124,000 books. Where are they?
Okay, now listen to me.
I'm listening. Listening. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm also.
Okay, so now
It's
you
you,
said
you
the
not also.
Quran, you said the Quran solved many problems. Is it true that you have to bring 4 witnesses if your wife is fornicating?
Listen to me. I didn't say Quran is a problem. Quran is the solution of problems.
Exactly. So now I want you to solve this problem. There's a Muslim guy, he saw his wife in the bed with somebody. Is it true that he should bring 4 witnesses and they have to see the penis of the man going in and out? Is that solving the problem, or that making it impossible to prove that she
Listen
is
to me.
fornicating?
If his wife is on the bed with the other person, so it's your problem. Like in Christianity, you that's your thinking that Jesus is died for your sins. We are not thinking that Jesus didn't die. If you said Jesus is died,
Focus with me, Abdul. Focus. You came to the bedroom. You find your wife, her legs is open like victory sign, and there's your neighbor. Hold on, and your neighbor in the top of her. Is it true that you should bring 4 witnesses and they have to see his penis going in and out? How Islam solved the problem? Your wife now in the front of your eyes in the bed with someone else, and he is doing boom boom to her and fixing her problem between her legs. Now
Oh,
you
so
have a different problem. How you can prove that your wife she was sleeping with this guy? You cannot, because you have to bring four witnesses and they have to see his penis going in and out. So how Islam fix the problems?
CP, you not giving me answer of my question.
No, what? Because I'm the one asking question. What I'm talking about? Listen, your wife. You open the door. You find your wife in the bed. Her legs is up, praising Allah. There's a guy in the top of her doing boom boom. And now you are a Muslim. You need to prove that she is fornicating. According to the Quran, you have to bring four witnesses, and according to the Hadith, you have to bring four witnesses who saw his penis going in and out. How the Quran solved the problem? Now you cannot even accuse her. If you accuse her without having four witnesses, and the four witnesses that see the penis going in and out, the Quran says we have to beat the hell of you. So instead of beating the wife now, we have to beat you.
Okay, I'm giving you answer. If
Ah,
I came to the room and
yeah,
I see that anyone is playing with my wife,
uh-huh,
so my wife will be your sister. So I will call you. What I do with your sister?
uh-huh. What you would do?
So then
You would call me, what would do with sister?
then you will
You
search me,
see?
and then
Hold on, hold
uh,
on. First of all, I don't have sisters. I killed them all, a long time ago. Secondly, let me show you how stupid you are. You came to the bedroom. Still, she is your wife. She is the sister of somebody or not. This is your wife and this is your honor. And now your
Christian,
wife is screwing
listen to me.
around, and you are a
Listen to me.
person who have two horns.
No,
Can
listen,
you
listen.
can you accuse your wife that she is fornicating? No, because you need to bring four witnesses. So now you start calling your friend, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Can you come to my house because my wife she have a guy in the top of her? Yes, please. And now you call the second guy, and you call the third guy, and you call the fourth guy, and not only that, when they come, if your wife she is wearing a skirt sitting in the top of the guy going up and down, you know what I'm talking about. Still, there's no proof because they have to see his penis going inside the vagina in and out. How Islam fix the problem?
Christian, do you don't know the good way of conversation?
What good way of conversation? This is the good way of effing.
Type of examples you giving me?
Okay,
You
the example is
well,
what a man he came to your prophet. He
just
said to
talking
him,
about sex and
"Are you
stupid and
saying?" He said to him, he said
you
to
say
him, "Listen. I'm just
Christian.
quoting to you the story of your prophet. A man came to your prophet. He said to him, "Are you saying, prophet, if I find my wife with someone and he is on the top of her doing boom boom, I should ask him to do it more so I can
Yeah,
go and bring four witnesses?" The prophet he said yes. Do you
sorry.
support? Do you
You
support
have
that? Do you support? Do you support that? Do you support that if you find your wife with a man, you should ask him to do it longer so you can find four witnesses? Yes or no?
Christian Prince. You are playing with me. I have few
Sure, I'm
questions.
playing with you. I play with all Muslims. I play with Allah. I play with Muhammad. I play with my testicles sometime too. Oh, this Muhammad is there. Hold on, don't do that. Listen, here we go. I just showed you the hadith. I sent it to you in Skype. A man, he said to the Prophet, "Are you saying if I find my wife with the man, I should go and ask him to stay longer so I can bring four witnesses?" It's in front of you. So how you lied to me? You says Islam fixed the problem. This is scratching again. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Because she have a herpes, and she gave me herpes. This woman she sleep around with a lot. She's a good Muslim woman. I mean, you can't prove that she is fornicating. She sleep with everybody. How I know? I don't know. She said to me, I was a cable guy. Said, come inside the room, fix the cable, and it turned to be she want different cable. And now here we go. You got herpes with this herpes stone. So okay. So now, do you agree with your prophet that if a man he find his wife with someone, he should
Agree with my
ask him,
prophet. 1000%.
listen, Harabas,
1000%.
do you see the hadith? I gave you the hadith, read it. I challenge you to read the hadith. If
I
you're
don't
not,
know how to read.
if
I
you
don't
are not, you know how to read, how come you know how to speak English, you do not know how to read English?
Yeah, because I'm just watching debates.
Watching it, you like to watch porn, huh? This is porn. The man, he come to the room, he found his
Oh,
wife in the top of somebody,
debates.
and what I want an answer. The cable guy in your house, and now he is in the top of your room. She is giving him herpes, And now he said, oh, Prophet, should I go and bring 4 witnesses and ask the guy to extend his effing to my wife? That's what it says. Read it. The Prophet said yes.
Maybe your daughter also watching this debate and you are using this type of language. Maybe your mother also.
Okay. But we know, I'm showing you, but I
no
am
good
showing
character.
you, my friend, I'm showing you an example happened to a real Muslim in the time of Muhammad. The man, if you read the story, the man, his wife, she is sleeping around and she is giving herpes to everybody in town, including Muhammad. And now he's asking Muhammad, are you saying that if I find my wife with a man in the bedroom, I should ask the guy to F her longer, to stay, please, can you F her more? Because I need to go and find 4 witnesses. The Prophet said yes. Read it. How that fix the problem?
Is this hadith is from Sahih Muslim?
No, this is a Da'ih Muslim. But Sahih Muslim. This is, I told you, Shakira.
Shakira.
What?
Okay.
So now you don't accept Shakira? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know who is Shakira, so how can I say that?
Prophet Shakira, peace be upon her, she was one of the companions of the Prophet, and she reported a lot of his story. The true Shakira, his name is Aisha, the other name. This is Aisha reporting, Aisha, brother, Aisha. This is the Shakira of that time, Aisha. She sing and she dance and she do belly dancing. This is a Shakira of the time of Muhammad. Isn't it Muhammad, he says, she is his favorite dish, Shakira. So now, is it true what I'm saying to you, or I'm making things up?
I don't know who is Shakira. Maybe Shakira is your
I said
sister.
Aisha. Shakira is Aisha. Listen, so did I give you the proof? Yes. Did I give you the proof? Yes or no?
Shakira,
My friend.
Okay, now listen.
Did I give you the proof of what I am saying, or I'm making things up? Be honest with me.
Sorry?
Did I give you the proofs of what I am stating to you, or you think I'm lying?
Yeah, dear, it's a hard topic. My English is weak. I have just few
What
simple
hard
questions
topic?
and
Don't
I
talk
will answer
dirty.
them.
Actually, I agree with you. It's a very hard topic. As you see, the guy was
No,
so hard
it's not
when
like
the
that.
man.
If you ask
Listen,
me that in
the
Urdu,
man he
in
go.
Hindi, I will
My
give you
friend,
answer
my
very,
friend.
very,
It is a
very
very,
smoothly.
it's a very hard topic. I agree with you. The man he entered the bedroom. He found a man who is so hard with his wife. There's no way he's not so hard. Are you kidding me? I mean, the guy at the top of her. Are you kidding me? So he's so hard, and now the man is asking the Prophet, should I ask him to F my wife harder, more, so I can go and find 4 hard witnesses so they can join? What do you think? The Prophet said yes.
You're not giving me answer of my question.
You did not ask me the question yet, and now we have a hard problem.
You're not
We have a
giving me
very,
chance.
you said to me, Islam fixed the problems. Your wife now, she is sleeping with a bunch of guys, and yet you have to bring 4 witnesses. How in the world that can be from God?
Okay, now listen to me. Now can I ask you a question?
Without answering this question, why? You want to jump over it because the guy is hard and you are not?
Because I'm here on a call with you just for these questions.
You are here just for this question. You don't care about your wife sleeping around. You are a naughty boy. It's okay. Give me your address.
Here, my wife will be your sister, so I'm not thinking about that. You need to think about it.
I don't have a sister. Same time, my sister, if I have one, she will never marry. She will never marry Abdul. She will never marry Abdul. Abdul, you Muslim take shower with dead dogs and women blood of period. Okay, listen. Give me the question. Give me the question.
Now listen to me.
Give me the question.
You have no sister. Mother will be available. I know that.
Okay, give me the question. Give me the question.
Okay.
But you promise me, if you give me the question, you will not change the topic. Do you promise?
Yeah, I will choose the topic.
Okay, swear by figs that you will not change the topic.
No, I'm Pathan. Don't change my swear.
No. Before, I don't believe Muslims. I don't trust Muslims. Swear by your God, the fig. Swear by the fig that you will not change the topic.
When I say I'm a Muslim, I say I'm Pathan.
You are not a Muslim?
I'm a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. Summa
Okay.
alhamdulillah.
So swear by
Not
the fig. Swear by the fig. You will not change the topic.
okay. I will don't change. Okay. Now
No, no,
listen
no, no,
to
no,
me.
no, 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 no. You have to swear. It'll take you a second. Say, I swear by fig. I will not change the topic.
By
Swear by fig.
fake. What is fake?
Fig, the fruit, fig. You do not know what fig? Fig.
Faith. It's faith, not fake.
Fig. You do not know what fig. Let me show you what fig is. Fig is this. Here we go. Guys, this guy, he do not know what fig. Aren't you in India? In India, there's a lot of fig trees. What are you talking about? There's a lot of fig. Here we go. This is fig. So now, swear by fig that you will not change the topic. This is fig.
Okay.
Swear by fig.
Okay.
Swear by fig. Say, I swear by fig, I will not change topic.
Okay. I will swear by fake.
Okay. Well, hold on. Guys, did you hear this guy swearing by fig? If those religion is religion of God, what kind of people they swear by fig and their God himself swear by fig unless it's a figgy religion? What kind of God he swear by fig? What's wrong with
Can I?
you? You Muslim, you claim that you worship one God and you swear by the fig, and your God Allah himself he swear by
Don't
fig?
know the meaning of fake. So why you are telling me again and again you need to swear about it? I
Yeah,
don't know the meaning of fake. What is
because
fake?
this is Islam. Islam, you have to swear by fig. Isn't it your God Allah himself he swear by fig?
It's faith or fake.
No. Did Allah swear by fig? Yes or no?
If I don't know the meaning of these words, so how can I tell you yes
What do you
or
mean
no?
no? It's he swear by fig. It's just a swear. He said, I swear by fig.
Dear, what's wrong with you? If I don't know the meaning, so how can I
I
tell
don't care
you?
if you know the meaning or not. What are you saying? Your Allah do not know the meaning. Why he swear by fig? He's God. So
I know everything.
obviously the God of Allah is Mr. Fig. He worship fig. Otherwise, why you swear by fig? I swear by Jesus. I swear by God. I don't swear by onion or ginger. You Muslim, your God himself, he swear by fig. What's wrong?
Okay. Now listen to me.
Okay, now
Can I ask
after you
more
did swear by
questions?
fig, I can take your swear for seriously because you swear by your
Ask
God,
this
Mr. Fig.
question
Go ahead.
or not?
Go
You
ahead.
are you, I know that very well. Can I ask question?
Sure. Don't ask me
Okay.
about fig, please.
What type of fake?
There's many
Okay.
kind of fig. There's Allah fig, there's Shaitan fig, and Allah himself is a fig, obviously. Your God he swear by fig, that's mean his God is fig. Why God he swear by fig unless he is worshipping fig?
You I know Christian Prince, you are psycho, but I told you that Christianity, full Christianity is
Okay, hold
Jesus.
on. Did you say I'm a
Jesus.
psycho? Why? I am the one who imagined myself having sex with my wives, but in fact I did not. It was the pillow. This is your prophet. What psycho mean? Tell me what psycho mean. You're a prophet, according to the hadith. He imagined himself having sex with his wives, but in fact it was the goat. Who is the psycho? What kind of a man? He claimed to be a prophet of God. He imagined himself having sex, but he was not. So what he was doing, who is the psycho?
You are psycho because you
But
don't
I don't
you are
imagine
showing
myself having sex with my wife. It turned to be the goat. This is your prophet. What happened? Why your prophet is suffering from such a thing? Is it
you are
true?
wrong
Okay.
person. You are wrong
Is
person. I
it
know very
true?
well.
Is it
I know
true?
very
Listen, is it true? Your prophet, he imagined himself having sex with his wives, but in fact he did not.
Okay, can I ask you a question now?
So you agree your prophet was psycho? Huh? Shame on you.
Can I ask you a question
You're
or not?
crazy.
Yeah,
You're
what are you
crazy.
doing?
I mean, you disrespect your prophet. What kind of a man you are? Why you are agree
I'm
with
not
me that
disrespecting my prophet. I love my prophet. I love my prophet.
you agreed that your prophet is psycho. He imagined himself having sex with his wife. In fact, it was not the wife,
You
it was the goat.
you are psycho. You.
But I don't imagine myself having sex with anyone. It's your prophet.
You are psycho because you are showing to the people opposite translation of the verses of the Quran.
Hold on. This is your Muslim website.
Oh, I have also opened a lot of verses from the Bible that will told
No
you
problem, but
very
I am,
clearly
but you just
Jesus
said
is
I am showing a false translation of the Quran, but none of them is my translation. This is your Muslim translation. Here we go. It says here, narrated by Aisha, the Prophet continued for such a such period, imagining that he had sexual intercourse, which means sex with fig, with his wives. In fact, he did not. So who is the psycho? You tell me. Go ahead.
you are a psycho. You are a psycho.
Okay, so is it normal in Islam society that the husbands imagine himself having sex with the wife, but in reality it was the
No,
goat?
what you say? Suicide allowed in Islam?
And there's no society in Islam. I said, is it in Islam society normal that Muslim men they imagine themselves having sex with the wives, but in fact it was the goat?
It was the what?
The goat.
God?
Yeah. But you
And
know,
I
she's
don't
a good
know
goat, by the way. She's from a good family goat. I mean, it's not any goat. I mean, she's the wife of the prophet goat. I mean, come on. So it's not
I
just a
think
goat. It was
I
like
think
a
I
holy
think
goat.
I think I think your wife was a Muslim and now she lifted you. Now you are psycho. That's why now you are playing with the verses of Quran
Ah,
and now you are
yeah,
abusing
yeah,
a
yeah,
Muslims and playing with
yeah.
this type of.
Okay, so you will not answer me now about your prophet having sex with nobody, and yet he think having
Can I
sex with
ask you a
somebody?
question or can I ask you a question or not?
Okay, go, go, go. But I have to let you ask the question because you swear by fig. I cannot resist that. Go ahead. What is the question?
Fuck you with the fake. Okay.
Did you say
I
if?
have
Did you say if me? Did you say the word if you to me?
no, I'm asking you,
No, no.
can I
You just
ask you a
say it.
question?
Everybody heard you saying if you with the fig. Everybody heard you.
Sorry?
You said the F word to me.
I didn't say to you anything. I'm just asking you, can I ask you a
You
question
just
or not?
said the F word to me. You are a homosexual. Are you saying seriously? You are offering me effing together. Are you a homo? Otherwise,
Fuck,
why you say to a
fuck,
man like me, I have a 20-foot long beard, not to mention how wide it is, you said to me the F word. Are you serious? You like to be effed by someone like me? And what that will do to you? You will have a
listen
leak
to
in your butt.
ask you a question or not. I don't know
But why you
what's
said the
wrong with
F word to me? I did not say the F word to you. Are you a gay?
yeah, I'm a gay for you.
Okay. That's a good one. So listen, as
Ah,
long as
for
long you are
you,
a gay,
I
as
I
long you
will
are a
fuck
gay. Listen, listen.
I will fuck Israel. I will fuck you Netanyahu. I will fuck you all of Israel. Good.
You will F everybody. You got a lot of AIDS, man. All the names you mentioned are men. What's wrong with you? Shame on you, you coward son of Muta. By the way, I will not F you. Sorry. You know, I mean, I feel I want to vomit. Unbelievable, disgusting. You coward. I let you talk. I did not say anything to you. Why you are speaking very filthy language? Listen, I will call you back. Okay? Clean yourself. Clean yourself. I will call you back. Speak like a man. Don't practice your homosexuality, Pakistani boy. Shame on you. Let me call you back. Guys, shall I call you back? Let us vote. Guys, shall I call him back or no? Give me one if you think I should call him back. Give me two if you think I should not call him. If you give me one, I will call him back. If you give me two, I will not. Let us vote. 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 1 1 1. What a wrong number. 1 1 2 1 1 2. I'm getting dizzy now. I have cross eyes. 2 2 2 1 1 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 2 2 1 1 1. Okay. Look like the majority they are saying one, and because I'm an Arab, I believe in democracy. Not. I will not call him then. No, no, I will call him just for fun. Let us call him back. are calling the guy who wanna F everybody. Hey Zubair, did you finish Fing Netanyahu?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Listen, so you said to me you wanna F Netanyahu, you wanna F Israel, but why the Quran says that the Israeli will be victorious?
Fuck you.
Really? Again? Son of Muta. I think this guy will have a heart attack tonight. He lost 10 years of his age. He will have a gray hair even though he's still young. Oh boy. All right. You guys, are you having fun? What do you think? What do you think? Am I so like very nice? I mean, I feel really sorry for any Muslim who tried to debate me. Wherever you go, I'm going to squeeze you. Wherever you go, we have, listen, you are talking to Christian Prince. I got all the garbage and the laundry and the panties of your prophet. All of it. It doesn't matter where you go. Actually, if I debate myself, I will lose. I'm telling you. Never debate with me. There's the Muslim, they made an article says how to debate Christian Prince. We have a Muslim, hold on. Hello? 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 Hey Mahmood, it says that your microphone is muted. You Muslims are very weird. So you mute your microphone and you call me. Interesting. Hello? Mahmood? Mahmood Khan? Talk, buddy. Okay, your mom is there, I'm sure. Otherwise, I don't understand why you are not talking. Mahmoud, you called me even yesterday, the day before. What's wrong with you? Okay, Mahmoud, should I call you again or what? How you're trying to fix it? When a Muslim, he try to fix it, he screw it up. Oh boy. Hello?
Hello?
Hello,
You
hello?
here?
Yeah,
You
you
hear?
remember yesterday I asked you to read Arabic, you refused to read Arabic. Shall we go there about your prophet being rode by 10 black people and their penises is 46 centimeter?
Don't be scared. See, already you're shaking already. Don't be
I
scared.
know
Take it
I'm
easy.
shaking.
Don't take it
Each
easy.
time I imagine there is 10 black people and each one of them is 8 foot tall and their penis is 46 centimeter rode in your prophet and they are naked. How you explain that? Why you refused to read it yesterday?
Okay. Hold on. Relax. Let's take it step by step, okay?
Okay, step by step.
Okay.
Even
You
this
want to
one need a
challenge
step
the
by step.
Muslims, okay? So let's take it step by step and I'll refute you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Were you talking to a Muslim yesterday and you told him that the Prophet had lice in his hair? Yes or no?
don't change topic.
No. This is
Are
the
you
topic. You're
are
scared.
you
You're
going
scared.
are
You
you
challenge
going
Muslims. But when we
okay.
talk to you, you get refuted and you run away. You're a coward. Answer. Did you say the
Okay.
Prophet has lice?
Yes, the prophet have lice, yes.
Okay, so let me explain to you. Lice can be given to people in two different ways, scientifically, and you can ask people, even the audience that are
Hold
watching,
on,
but you're
please
a
don't talk.
coward.
Hold on. Don't talk, please. I will need to take notes. Let me
Okay,
get a
take notes.
let me
Take
get a
notes.
pen. Hold on. Okay.
Take your pen. Take your
Okay,
pen. I'm going to refute you.
okay, hold on.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Take your pen.
Okay, just
Look
give me a
at your
second, man. It's
corrupted
okay. I
Bible.
mean, just
Okay, maybe the corrupted Bible can help you.
have patient, my friend. Have
Okay,
patient.
I have patience.
All
Go
right.
ask
So
Paul to
there
help
is
you.
two
Ask Mahmoud to
ways.
help you in your Bible.
There is two ways a human being can get lice. Start with the
Yes.
first one. How your prophet get lice?
The first way that a human being can get lice is when they're dirty, when they're not clean. That's one
Okay,
way.
is that the case of your prophet?
No.
So what is the second case? His wife, she was dirty?
The second way that a person can get profit, number one, is the environment when it's hot weather. That's one. Take notes.
It's what?
When it's hot weather, he lived in Mecca and Medina.
Oh, so it's
That's one.
hot. So if it's hot, you get
Yes, there's a
lice.
possibility that you get lice because you're a human being. It can attract to you because of the
Okay.
environment. That's one. Take notes.
Okay.
And the second one, his hair was thick.
His hair was what?
His hair was thick, and his hair was oily. So when your hair is thick
Oh,
and your hair
oily,
is oily, it
oily.
plays a role.
Okay, I heard that lice can be located too in the private part area. So was that the case in his private part too?
That's not what the hadith said that you showed the Muslim brother yesterday, and now we're
No,
watching.
the hadith
He
did
didn't
not
have an
say,
answer.
the hadith did not say that where is the lice where. They said he is full of lice.
Yeah, so that there's the answer.
Okay, so
That thick
if the lice
hair.
on the hair, on the head, and he is an Arab, that's mean his vagina area is full of lice too.
It doesn't say that. That's you adding.
No,
That's your
you
words.
said
You're
to
throwing
me,
words.
you said to me, if the hair is oily, it's possible. If it's hot, it's possible. And now we confirm that Muhammad, according to you, he have lice in his head, but lice will go down to his private part too. In fact, I
But
heard,
that's
listen,
not what the
listen,
hadith says.
I heard that there's one of those lice. She wrote a book about Muhammad's sexual life because she was a first-hand witness for all the sexual things he used to do because she witnessed things going in and out in his pant. So she was there. She witnessed all things.
Look,
And
your
hold
dawah,
on, and hold on,
has no
hold on,
capability. Look,
hold on,
show
hold on,
reference. Show
hold on.
reference.
Okay, hold on. You are
Show
my
reference.
reference.
I can show reference to refute you.
You want me to show you the reference of the lice? She wrote a book.
Who wrote the book? Who?
The lice.
Who wrote it?
The lice.
See, this is how people are laughing at you. You embarrass yourself.
He want reference. Sometimes you wonder if you are speaking to a human being or stupid people. You want reference? I'm joking, you idiot. Elias, she wrote a book about what? You know, Elias, you have a book in Amazon you wrote by yourself? Really? Who do the proofreading for you? Lyserine? And what language is your language? Lysterine. So shall we do interview with you because you are a special lice who used to live in the panties of Prophet Muhammad? And that means you are in the panty of Aisha too? Are you like moving location between the panty of Muhammad, the panty of Aisha, the panty of the guy you have like 13 wives and hundreds of sex slaves? So the lies, she wrote a book, and now you are asking me for reference? That's deep. That's so deep. Honestly, you got me busted. How in the world now I'm going to get the book written by the lies? Are you sure you are not paid by Christian Prince to make a mockery of Muhammad? Unbelievable. Okay, we have another guy from Pakistan. Shall we finish for today, guys? What do you think? So the prophet is so
The person you are
clean.
trying to reach is currently unavailable.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So guys, the prophet was so clean to the point he cleaned himself from lies. The Muslim, they make 5 Muslims, they make a response to me. They made a video. And they says exposing the lies of a Christian prince. The prophet was so clean, and even though he cleaned himself from lies, look how clean he is. 5 Muslims, they gathered together to expose a Christian prince. And the video says, he is so clean to the point he cleaned himself from lies. Unbelievable. You know, Islam is a priceless, we have to admit. I'm telling you, you cannot find these things anywhere in the world. Prophet Muhammad, he's so clean, and he cleaned himself from lies. Prophet, how you feel? Uh, I feel lazy. What? Uh, what? And those are the disciple of a prophet of Allah. Are we talking about prophet or a monkey? The prophet is full of lies, and you call me to get me busted by saying, yes, he is full of lies? What the heck? Man, oh man. By the way, monkeys, they eat the lice. Do your prophet eat his lice when he picked them up from his hair? There's a hadith about your prophet. He sleep in the lap of a woman. She is a stranger, which is strange. I mean, why he's sleeping in her lap? And all what she do for many hours is picking up lice from his head. The monkey prophet Muhammad. Look how cute. Guys, those who are here for the first time, did I warn you that you will be addicted if you stay here? Did I tell you to leave? Give me one if you're still there. Those who they are here for the first time. Give me one if you're still here. I told them, right? Be my witness. I told them you will become addicted. Did I warn them to leave? Otherwise, they will be addicted? Huh? Okay. Disclaimer, disclaimer. I told you. Now, what you can do about it, you are stuck. You will never leave with this best of comedy. Here we have I mean, you pay a lot of money for the cable show. This is the best cable show ever. I mean, what are you kidding? Look how cute the prophet. And look, his face is so red. Even the hadith says so. Even he called Aisha al-Humayra. You know what Humayra mean? Donkey. The Muslim, they say, no, no, no. He don't mean the word donkey from Himar. He means she is red, red head. Oof, that's deep. That's so deep. Oh boy. I don't know how you use the system. Why I cannot? What system, MA? You are a Muslim. You Muslim have no system. If your wife, she got with somebody having sex with your neighbor, according to your system, look how fast the system. You have to find 4 monkeys like you. No, no, hold on. Are we talking about monkeys? Yes, brother. Do you know that even monkeys are Muslims? No. Yes, brother. Look, a male Muslim monkey, he come back home. He found his filthy wife cheating with other chimpanzee who have a bigger banana. Yum, yum. Can you believe it? That the Muslim believe that monkeys are Muslims and they practice Sharia law? Look at this. During the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, imagine the Muslim, they call before Islam, they are ignorant. Before Islam, you became knowledgeable. This is why now you believe monkeys are Muslims and they are practicing Islamic law. Look at this, look at this. I mean, guys, imagine you have a beautiful wife, a monkey, chimpanzee, from a good family. Brothers and sisters, imagine you spend your money on her. You took her honeymoon to Hawaii. She ate your coconut. You are in love with her ass. She's a good believer. And then what she do? She go naked in front of a stranger. Are you kidding me? And not only that, she sleep with him. I want to cry. Even some witnesses, they said that she shaved her private part in that area with the sign of heart. That is what is making it even more horrible story. So now you have a wife, and she is a Muslim chimpanzee. And according to the story, the husband, the Abdul, he sleep. And not only that, she put her hand under his head. Look at this. She fooled the guy. He's sleeping in her hand. And then another sexy, mixy, texy monkey come from behind the tree. And he have a big banana in his hand. Massive one. Don't take me wrong, please. I'm talking about fruits. He said to her, ho, 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 which means like boom, boom, banana, exchange. The Muslim monkey, the cheater, the disgusting, she took her hand slowly from under her beautiful believer husband, and she turned her bum to the other monkey, and she said to him, hum. That in the language of monkeys mean do it, just to translate for you in case, you do not know the language. I speak many languages, as you know. And then the brother, according to the full story here, you don't see the whole story. The wife, she came back and she inserted her hand back under the head of the chimpanzee husband. Look how evil. But subhanallah, mashallah, alhamdulillah, the husband, he smelled the semen. What the heck is this? So he starts smelling her vagina, and he smells strange semen, which is not his, because his come with Pepsi Cola flavor. And he starts screaming, Allahu Akbar. And all the monkeys come from everywhere. And one of the Abdul, he was there. And he swear by Allah. Look. He swear by Allah that they stoned this monkey, and he stoned it with them too. I mean, he is not lying, obviously. Look. I too stoned it along with them. True story. This is Islam. This is the book of Muslims. And they say to you, Islam is an amazing religion. What the heck is that, man? This is even a donkey will laugh. Oh, did I say donkey? Did I even say donkey? Do you know what Allah will do to a Muslim if he raises his head before the Imam? You don't want to know. Allah will make his head a head of a donkey. No way. Yes. No. Yes. I don't believe you. Prove it. Hamburger, Dumburger. Abu Hurairah reported that Allah Messenger saying, does he who raise his head before the Imam not afraid that Allah may change his head to the head of a donkey? That's deep. That's so good to be true. Now we understand why Hamas, all of them, they look like donkeys. They raise their head before the Imam, which is Netanyahu. I hope we had a good time together today. Did we? Feel free to download my videos. As you know, I do not keep them. So feel free to download them, share them with your friends. And I want to say to you, thank you for being here. We pray that people will see that we cannot compare between the stupidity of this garbage man, Mohammed, and his so-called, farting God. Did I say farting? Oh no, don't go there. What will happen if I type the word fart here? What will happen? Let us see. I don't know why even I did use that word. I'm almost done. Fart. Look what the heck. Oh no. Oh no. The religion of farting. The prophet, he have tons of stories about farting. Mr. Fartino prophet, he is so specialist in farting. He have tons of commands regarding farting. If you fart to the right side, it's different from farting for the left side. If you fart and your ass is up, it's different from farting if your ass is down. How you can fight farting or not to expose yourself into the believers when you do fart? How you can fart a silence fart? You know, those Christians are funny. They have a song, it's called Silence Night. Muslim, they have a song, it's called Silence Fart. In fact, there's a Muslim Sheikh, he made a PhD about farting. I'm not joking. Islamic PhD about the voices of farting according to Islamic law. Isn't it beautiful? Allah don't accept any one of you who do fart. Don't, that's it. Your prayer is not accepted. Muslims, so your prophet, he jump in water, have dead dogs and women blood from period and stinking garbage, and his prayer is accepted. But if you fart, each time I go live, I have to go and take a shower after that because I sweat from laughing. Unbelievable. Even though it's so cold outside, and I'm very disappointed, by the way. The Christmas day we have a snow. By the morning it's gone. I will play with what now? Play with Abdul. Be aware of the origin of farting. What a smelly cult. So I want to say thank you all. I wish I can stay longer. It's already getting late for me, and as you know, I have to cook and clean dishes. And if you ask me what I'm going to eat today, the same meal I ate yesterday. And what is the meal I ate yesterday is the same meal I ate the day before it. So I want to say thank you. May the Lord bless us all. I say to you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year with Jesus. Don't listen to those scumbags. Don't let those fools fool you. This is religion of the fools. They don't even worship their God. They worship their penises. Their God, he promised them an endless penis, which is very unique, if you ask me. Imagine your wife is next to you, but your penis in the 7 galaxies. And what is hurting is the thought that your penis go in the jungles of Amazon and those little tiny fish biting it. Oh boy. I don't want to think about it. So we are Christians, and we are smart, and we are intelligent, and such a filthy man cannot fool us. Prophet fart, police be upon him, cannot be the one who destroy our life, and we will not allow him, neither his followers. So you as a Christian, you should support Israel. And guess what? Supposedly I'm an Arab Christian. And guess what? I'm willing to go and die and fight with the Israeli army against the dogs of the filthy Hamas. A Christian man who don't want to fight against wickedness is no Christian. He's a farting man. He's just a fart. A man who don't defend his house and his family and his wife and his children is no Christian. He's just a fart, and he smells so bad. We are the Christians, we are the crusade, and we are victorious in the name of Jesus. Thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you all. I will try to be live on air in the New Year day. Blessing to all of you in Africa, in Asia, in USA, in the whole world. May the Lord bless your household. May the Lord bless you with knowledge, so you will not be fooled. May the Lord bless you with decency, decent husband and decent wife and decent children. May the Lord provide you so you eat and you stay healthy. Give you a roof in the top of your head so you stay warm and dry. We pray to our Lord to protect Israel, to bring the children back to their mothers and their fathers. We pray for the victory of Israel, for the victory of Israel is our victory, and we will be victorious. If God is with us, who could be against us? Amen. This is your brother Christian Prince, was serving you humbly for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget my request. Post for us verses, support the warriors of Israel. Post for us verses to refute those dummies, liars who say we should not fight. Show them that you know the book very well, and you are a true believer. God is good, so is Jesus. Amen. See ya.